Welcome to Dice Revolution. This is our 6th episode of our second campaign. We play a slightly homebrewed version of the 5th edition rule set. And today we will have Stuart eventually. He is just running a little late, but we have Devin, Rain, Jordan, Olivia, Cohen, and Hamish. Pardon me. Recently we broke 100 subs, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat.
Woo!
I don't want to clap for ourselves. This feels.
Thank you, 100 subscribers.
We did it.
And I believe someone has to give a board/video game recommendation today.
Yep, he's not here, but Stuart will be the one giving us a board or video game recommendation by the end of the stream.
Okay.
He arrives to give the recommendation.
Yeah.
And then he's like, alright guys, I did my job.
Guys,
One.
I've got to head off. I've got.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Anyhow, let's jump into a recap, shall we? Last session, the party and Wham-Tongue separately invaded, assaulted the keep, entered the keep of Maximilian Lint, who had a few people under his control. There were some casualties, but through some interesting use of the party's abilities and through some not so empty threats, they were able to put themselves in a favorable position and eventually get to where Lint was currently residing. Lint had a bit of a defeated tone to himself, realizing that this new vessel had also deteriorated away. But the party took him in. They took him to a abandoned warehouse somewhere just outside the core district of the city. And members of different members of the party had taken to rest or to just some more intimate conversations for the night. And Jacques, who had previously acquired a mysterious-looking stone, had activated it, seeing the infinitely branching Aether weave, showing all of the different possibilities and potentialities of fate. Last session, the party had also leveled up. So just quickly going around, Stuart took a level in Monk. Devin took a level in Warlock. Rain took a level in Sorcerer. I believe you took a level in Wizard, Jordan? Mm-hmm. Another level in Warlock over here, another level in Wizard over here, and a level in Bard over here.
Yeah, I grew my muscles over the break.
It's so strong.
I believe the new character cards are up as well, which is very cool.
Yeah.
So, after your escapade the night before, you wake up this morning to mostly uneventful cityscape. The city seems to be in a constant state of rebuilding and repair. You can see that a lot of the more damaged sections of the city have been cordoned off and are being stabilized both foundationally and structurally. You can see that there's just a general like hustle and bustle amongst the streets from the blue dusted over windows of this warehouse. Your captive Lint is also just seated in his wheelchair, still awake. I hand it over to you guys to decide what you do and what your plans from here on out are.
I slept on a pub roof.
Yo.
Yvelda will have at some point rolled out of her gyroscope, and I think Dario had my gyroscope. So at some point I wake up and I'm like, good morning. Wait a minute, why are you sleeping? Wait a minute, why are you sleeping next to me, huh?
What are you talking about?
Well,
You don't remember what happened?
well, I went and took a little nap.
Ding ding ding.
Yeah. I must have rolled too hard out of me. My joke's given. I must have rolled a little bit too hard out of my necklace. Thank you. Wait a minute. Wait. Do you know where Avra's necklace is?
No.
I'm just gonna immediately get up and be like, Avra! Good morning.
Hello.
I've lost your necklace. Oh, never mind. Oh, well, I must have given you that back when I rolled out of bed.
Well, no, not really, but if that's the narrative you want to go with, that's okay.
Right. So now that's settled, I'm gonna go and have my morning run.
Alright.
My morning stretch. And I'm just gonna start doing like just a morning workout.
Okay. What are the rest of you up to?
I think I went to the bar with Wormtongue last night. And I think you went to the bar with Wormtongue last night. So
Hence
my
why I'm
life
asleep
is
on
Okay.
it was asleep on the roof.
Okay.
because I think there was some stuff that we wanted to happen at the bar.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick some shitty ration scraps into Maximilian's room. Just basically on a piece of parchment along the floor, doubling as a plate. Keep him like locked behind that glass.
I don't know where I slept, but I'm just gonna say I'm gonna eventually rock up to the warehouse to check on Max and how everyone is doing with keeping him in, and if he's taken over anyone.
Yeah. He's still behind the glass.
Wait, he's in a wheelchair, so you just kicked food to him and he can't even eat it.
1 point.
He's a man of science, he can figure it out.
That is true. Yvelda doesn't know that though, she's still doing a workout.
That is true.
Okay. As you guys are in this process of doing your morning routine, or
Is Wormtongue still at the bar?
yes, until I hear otherwise from Stuart, he is still at the bar.
I'll be there too.
Yes. As you guys are doing your morning routines and the like, you can just hear a little bit of commotion outside of the main street that the warehouse faces onto.
Right, we'll show this then. And I'm gonna... Does this warehouse have any, like, bars? Because I'm trying to imagine her doing, like... You know when someone's upside down and they're doing, like, the crunches? She's doing that.
Hang on, be careful. We're hiding a wanted scientist. We don't want people to know we're in here.
That'll be fine. Watch this. I'll just do it sneakily. Watch this.
That's what I was suggesting.
Could I see anyone passing us? Can I hear the commotion? Or...
This is a bit out from where you are specifically.
I'm gonna try and sneak a good little vantage point. Let's have a look.
Make a stealth check.
Ooh.
That's a good eyebrow
Ooh.
raise. Here we go.
12.
That was a good eyebrow raise.
And also make me a perception check, please.
Oh, damn. That is a 17.
Okay.
Nice.
Not entirely stealthy, as the metal creaks under your weight, but you do manage to get like a decent vantage point from this porthole that's like this ventilation porthole that's built into the side, the front side of the building. You can see these two men wearing what looks like suits, and they seem to have like badges the details of which you can't currently make out on their like lapel. One seems to be this very slender Goliath man, and the other seems to be this very well-built dragonborn individual. As they kind of pace down the street, you can see behind them a small posse of about 15 to 20 people, just kind of chucking rotten fruit and vegetables at them, yelling and.
Seems to be some sort of parade. I don't know about you. I don't know if anyone here is famous or anything, but they're throwing fruit at them. There's just like a couple of guys in suits, right, just having a little walk, and they're throwing fruit at them. Maybe it's a tradition in the town.
Does that sound familiar to anything I've seen in the city?
Make a history check.
Okay.
What kind of fruits are they throwing?
They look.
That's a 4.
They got bananas. They got tomatoes. They got apples even.
Generally, if you want to endear someone to you, you simply hand them the fruit.
Oh, well, maybe it's like encouragement to eat healthy. Just throw things at them. Back in the Dwarven clan, sometimes it was a bit of tough love from my chief, the chief of the clan. So he'd throw rocks at me so I move faster. He's a good friend of mine.
I just walked past your elder to the window.
You see a similar effect.
Do I recognize their uniforms or anything?
With a 4, you've seen individuals like these around the city. They are very few and far in between. Their presence, they make their presence known. They act under the local government of Salvaron, acting as more of a covert information gathering unit more than law enforcement per se.
Secret Service.
And you can see that they're kind of like knocking on doors, talking to the people within, moving on, and yeah, about 15 to 20 growing, shrinking, that crowd growing and shrinking as the patience and fruit supply of that populace ebbs and flows.
Does it look like they've already passed the warehouse, or they're
No,
on the way?
they're like coming towards and past.
Now, I shouldn't have to say this, but I will regardless. Remember that this warehouse is, for all intents and purposes, abandoned. So if they come knocking on this door, make no noise and make no movement toward the door or windows.
Gotcha.
Do you?
Yes. Listen, do you think I'm really that stupid? I would just let them into the warehouse.
I don't know.
Come in.
You don't know, therefore it won't happen.
You have made a series of decisions, both some sensible, others non-sensible.
We should at least make sure the doors can be locked, and perhaps the windows.
I can't believe you can't trust me. Sorry, I did not mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I think I cut you off first.
No, I cut you off. Sorry, my bad.
No, I cut you off.
Yeah.
There are rusted padlocks. Are you putting your hand up?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because everyone was talking really seriously, and I was just gonna wait my turn.
Well, what is it you want?
What about Lynn?
What about him?
Can we trust that he's not gonna make any noise?
He is behind several more layers, and if he makes a noise, he is more likely to be killed. I think he is smart enough to not make noise.
Is he?
Well,
Is he really?
I assume he does not want to be caught by this law enforcement either. It is in his best interest to not make any noise.
Yeah. I require the 4 of you to make just a general group stealth check.
Okay.
Do I have to use I have to get disadvantage on this, don't I?
Yes, you are wearing heavy armor.
Okay, guys.
I'd like to use my inspiration, please.
Okay.
because I have a feeling.
Oh,
I have
One of them was a
I
natural
know.
20.
I saw.
I have a feeling
The
I
other
saw
was
it roll. I was
we
like,
might
no.
need it.
that's good.
That's
little bit
better.
better.
I rolled a 4.
Nice.
For a
4.
oh.
3 for a 4.
Okay, it was good.
Oh.
Inspiration. Do you have the token still?
I thought I gave it back to you because I legitimately don't know where I
Oh,
placed
okay.
it.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah. They are disposable.
Your roller
Uh,
would not make noise on
16.
purpose.
16?
That's the thing. She would make noise on purpose.
10.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
4.
Okay. And then Lynch rolled a 13.
More above than below.
You hear the turning of metal tumbler.
I just like signal for everyone to hide. And I move behind one of the crates.
I'll try and hide behind like anything large.
You hear a footstep. You felt it. You feel just like a tap on each other. Ma'am, I'm going to require you to stand up.
She kind of just like nervously stands up. Okay.
Can you please state the reason that you're on this premises?
I'm playing a game.
Continue.
You see, the Earth, you're not going to believe this. The Earth, it speaks to me.
Can I, while they're talking, can I try to just walk up in a way that it looks like I just entered from the entrance just behind them?
Okay, you absolutely can in a second. Go on.
I'm playing a game. So because the Earth, you see, is speaking to me, and it rumbles under my feet, and it tells me, you know, what I got to do. And it told me that in this warehouse, if I, you know, hide and I count to like 50, something cool will happen. But I don't know what that is yet. I only got to 45, so maybe I got to do it again. And I kind of just like crouch down and
Can I get a deception check, please? Can I get another stealth check from
not
you as you go to do that?
this one. Don't let me down. Not 20.
let's go.
Yes!
For what total?
Do I want to use a magical guidance?
If it's a low roll, I say yes.
20. Not 20 for 23.
I'm gonna use a sorcery point for a magical guidance.
Can someone let's do it?
Nice.
Yes. I can go.
Getting pretty good.
Okay.
16.
16. Well, ma'am, I'm not sure if I fully understand what you've told me, but is anyone else in this building with you?
Not that I know of. I've just been doing my little hide and seek for myself.
Can I button here?
Yeah. So you're coming from behind.
Yeah, no, oh my god, there you are. I'm so sorry. My sister, she's not entirely in the right mind. Last night she left the house, we couldn't find her.
Because the
She
Earth...
fell asleep here. What?
No, the Earth is asking me to play hide and seek, so I got to do what I've got to do, you know?
See what I mean? She's...
Look,
Can I get a deception check from you?
No advantage? Does it have to be?
Good deception.
It would have been a disadvantage for contradicting, but it's balanced out.
20, unnatural.
Right. Well, this would be trespassing under any other means, but we're not here to apprehend.
I swear, she didn't do this, but she didn't intend to be here. She thinks she thinks every place is a home and a play.
do you want to meet my friend Mineral? It's the one that told me to come here. So I kind of hold up my gyroscope and go, can you say hi to, what's your name?
No, that's quite alright, ma'am.
Can you please say hi to No, that's quite alright? And I just kind of like gently spin the hourglass.
I recommend you that get her to some sort of psychiatric facility as quickly as you can.
Yes, we thank you. No, that's quite
Any
alright.
any other? Yana just looks at you, turns to his friend. Can you come with me, and can you go with my partner here?
What for?
Just some further questioning. Routine is normal. Routine.
Sure, but I don't know how much we can help. We don't live around these areas.
If that's what Mineral wants, or Mineral says is okay, then I suppose I can do that. And I kind of just like spin the hourglass again. Mineral does not need an answer. She's kind of.
Both individuals kind of just take you off to the side, and the dragonborn kind of like stares down at you, towering over you almost, and they both in sync ask you, "So your family is here? What's your surname?"
What's my surname? Kilobush.
Yes. Yenna and Nathan Kilovesh.
Wait, what'd you call me?
Yenna.
Yeah, no.
Okay, yep, you need to roll one final deception checks, both of you.
Hey.
No rain.
Unnatural 20.
No rain.
God damn it, I'm gonna use up everything. It gets you out of trouble. Slightly better. Deception, right?
Yes.
13.
And yours?
Unnatural 20.
Yeah.
17 with a plus 3.
They just think you're insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
Lying
for.
to the
She's like,
police without me?
Yep.
That's my whole thing.
We're not back from the bar, apparently.
Yes.
Something.
It's been a long drink, don't worry.
Yeah, it's like 10 o'clock the next day.
Right. Well, I think I speak for the both of us that when I say that, please don't be found here again. As I said, we're not really looking to arrest for petty, simple crimes, but if you have any information on the explosion in the city, he kind of like hands you like a business card, be sure to send word.
okie dokie.
There's
But
quite
what if
there's quite the incentive for turning in any valuable information.
the Earth tells me to come back here to play hide and seek?
Don't.
Then we'll play hide and seek with the Earth in our home, Yenna. Let's go.
After you.
We will head off just down the street and
Yeah. Do you follow?
Yeah. Are we out of sight of the guys?
They escort you along, and they make sure that you do like stop loitering, and then they go to the next house along.
How the fuck are we supposed to get back in?
don't worry, I will let them know where we are. And I passed a message to Davio, just telling them we went down the street. They're not suspicious. And so on. We'll be back as soon as they're gone.
Yes, wait a little while and then come back. Assure that you are not followed when you do.
In the meantime, 1, 2, and 3, you are had plenty of drink.
I've got to say, for someone of your, oh Jesus, you can hold me down.
I spent some time with dwarves.
Yeah, fantastic people then. God, make some good rock out there.
Again, you get quite good at anything you end up practicing.
Yeah, what is it you practice?
Including.
What is it you practice again? I'm a bit confused as to how you're tied up with the one with the colourful hair, or lack thereof.
We actually met each other by chance. We both have shadows in our pasts, which we run away from.
No shortage of them in this city. Sounds like an unfortunate accident, but...
Well, yes, I suppose so. But, you know, sort of take it as it comes. Do the best you can.
That sounds fair enough, but so long as they don't catch you in the end. I've got to say, I'm very impressed that you managed to, well, make me out, given that I've only really seen you about twice. I really thought it'd be that little cat girl thing first, but...
I notice patterns in people. If I see less of how someone appears, more of what they're liable to do at any given time.
I'm rather confused. Are you saying that you can see the future?
Only short waves.
All right.
but-
What drink am I going to order next then?
Can I cast Fairy Fire on him?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm not. I don't think I'm saving against that. I don't know what's going on.
yeah, so I sort of wave my hand, and all of a sudden you sort of have a slight sort of after image, but it's going ahead of where you're going. And it sort of reaches out and grabs a particular kind of beer just before you get it.
Well, that's a very impressive trick. I've got to say, I'm not exactly partial to magic in the most sense, but it certainly comes in handy when you can do stuff like that. Bloody hell.
Again, it's only very limited, but no matter what you sort of present yourself as, you're always likely to do the same kinds of things. After the same drinks, with a tendency to act the same way. So, I figured you must have been the same person.
Are there others like you that can see through what they see?
None that I've met so far.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just me as far as I'm aware.
I'd appreciate, as I'll pay for another round for you, I would appreciate, of course, if you didn't let the rest of the companions we're checked up with at the moment know. I'm sure you understand that someone who's trying to play down their identity and appearance probably doesn't want it broadcast.
Oh, no, of course not. Our little secret.
Cheers to that. I am, however, very interested in your interest in our mutual friend Dr. Lind. It's not exactly the first time I've dealt with him, though not directly. And this ability he seems to have developed is... I know a lot of people that would make a lot of good money for that. And he seems he
It's
just wants to be
certainly
cured.
intriguing.
How would you use it?
I'm looking for options, as I may have said before. My people are subject to a wicked goddess.
Your people?
My people, the Drow.
Drow, yeah. That makes sense to the skin and the hair.
I'm looking for ways to free them from their subjugation.
Ah, a noble saviour, I see.
Something of the sort. I like to think of myself that way, at least.
I've never exactly been too partial to the gods and goddesses. Well, less so them and more the people that blindly follow and see themselves as better than you because of it. No shortage of them in the world.
The case with my people, my family, is they're less followers, more slaves, indentured to the goddess.
Ah, nothing like a bit of indentured servitude, is there?
Yeah. I'm hoping that maybe has something to do with the physiology of Drow. If I can find a way to
You
provide
reckon you're
them
more
with,
susceptible to being controlled?
possibly, I don't know.
So pray tell, my good friend, how on earth are you not one of those grunts being taken over by this fancy goddess of yours? If you're so susceptible.
I don't know. There's sometimes drow who find a way to break free. There's little rhyme or reason to it. It's just some event that occurs and suddenly you find the willpower to sort of shake it loose.
And did you have an event? Something that shook you free?
Mine was the awareness that everyone who lives with me in the city only has one possible way to live their life. Sitting here with you, I could see multiple different things that you could do right now. The drow I lived with, though,
This prediction
only one.
showed you only one path. Nothing like being locked into someone else's plan, is there? Makes you think.
I thought it was normal, but I realized it wasn't. I found within myself the drive to try and make things better.
So you intend to save a city by changing their future? The path that they live on?
Not even changing their future, giving them a choice.
A very noble esteem. I can't say I've got such lofty goals, but I do respect you for yours. And for your ability to see past the smaller matters when you're pursuing the big ones.
It sometimes feels futile, you know? I haven't made much headway. People from my city, they're the shadows in my past. They've provided no small amount of resistance to what I'm trying to do.
You still see them then?
They come after me from time to time.
Ah, that would make sense. Somewhat concerning. So I suppose other than being assaulted by a bunch of angry mind-controlled drow, the orders of a goddess that decides you've made the wrong choice, you're not likely to go spare on us, eh? Suddenly switch around and start following their whims again? Just checking to be candid.
I certainly hope not, though I can promise nothing.
I'll make sure you stay in line if you do. Failing that, I'll give you one of the others.
I'll hold
sure
you to that.
Let me go there to deal with it. She seems noble and stupid enough to fight you for trying to save your people. Either way, if you do run into me again in a form that you haven't met, well, I'm sure by the sounds of things you recognise me. Maybe Marcus isn't the best name.
I quite like it.
Yeah, but it's not who I am all the time. And again, there's not many I stick with.
I do apologize if I get one of your personas confused with another.
That's all right. For simplicity's sake, if need be, you're welcome to address me as Wormtown. An old nickname from an older employer. That one sticks, regardless of who I am. Doesn't carry as much weight, but it's what I've come to be known by.
If it's something you find appropriate, then I'd be happy to use that.
Professionally speaking, it's fine. Either way, I absolutely have to go take a piss because I cannot hold this like you do. I do not know what you've been drinking, but it is not the same.
Again, dwarves have a lot they can teach.
Well, and you know, shortage of metal arms for free either. I will stagger off to the bathroom.
You got to.
Still kind of vibing in the bar. Still looking for a lead. Now that probably it's picked up again a little bit.
Yeah.
Still looking for the old Scarlet Gate.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
we'll have to make
Sanguine
another
Gate,
perception check now that the atmosphere's changed.
$20.
Okay. As you're perched atop this roof, you spot this strange duo of people. You see this rather tall Paracochran individual with these like maroon red feathers, jet black eyes, almost the same kind of shade as coal. They have these kind of like gold like wristband, like bracelets on one on each wrist, and walking beside them is a dwarven figure with like sea green eyes, this very thick knotted hairline that comes down to about their like waist, with a almost like a crooked staff that they used to walk with, and you just hear under hushed breath. They're trying to keep their conversation to quite a minimum. But you hear the words "a gate of blood" peek through their conversation.
Guess I'll just follow them with my familiar.
They head into the bar
Oh, perfect.
and find just like a little alcove to have a meal.
I'll duck out of my familiar's senses and then return to where I was, like sitting probably on the rafters of the bar where I.
You have a familiar now. Is it also a cat?
No.
That'd be fun.
Something with flight. I've had a familiar since the first episode. That's how I followed you as an owl.
I thought you were the owl.
I can't fly until level 8.
Good.
Part-time now.
Yeah, so you just kind of perched up in the rafters.
Listen now.
They seem to be very, very like hushed about the conversation, but you see like the dwarven individual kind of get a little bit heated in their mannerism, and then the Aether will kind of like drape a wing over them and just kind of like calm them down. And then like after a bit of just like back and forth between the two of them, they eventually just fall silent and just kind of have the meal. You do hear in that exchange, they talk about more people making it logistically more complicated, more things that can go wrong, more variables to account for. That's the most you make out amongst their conversation.
I have made a mistake. Magical guidance is a 5th level feature, not 4th level. So
Well, we'll say in this scenario,
well.
since it's
You got gain a level.
yeah, I just leveled up for it.
You can gain a level and lose 8 HP max.
Yes.
Go back to 13 HP.
Yep.
it's fine. I don't care. They're all pretty shit anyway. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I doubt a D6 being subtracted back off would have made a difference. It's like you're.
I just found out some really cool information.
What was that?
Just found out some really cool information. Don't worry about it.
Good to know.
Anything else you want to do, Jacques, before?
I'll still just try to keep an ear out for everyone in there. Try to like also, if slash after they leave, I'd like to go like hop down and try to get like a beat of their scent, just to keep track of it.
Yeah. You managed to do so without too much hassle. Yeah, like they stay for about 10-15 minutes, enjoy their meal, sit for another 5-10, just kind of enjoying the ambiance, and then exit out onto the street, heading southward.
Cool.
Which is Davio and Avra. What do you do? What do you do in this?
Well, I'm kind of trying to wait for others to come back, and I'm just sort of leaning against the wall of, like the wall right outside Max's room. I've got the book floating in front of me, and I'm just like clearly focused on arcane essences, and every once in a while I like quickly write a line of runes in the book that just like transform into common and then like switch between like common and infernal and a few other languages. I've also just got like another book, just a regular like university book on magic that I'm just like with my other hand flipping through. And I just have in my hand, like I'm constantly tearing off pieces of paper and turning it into like little sparks of fire, and then as it like floats in my hand and I move my fingers in like certain positions, it like switches between different elements and it's going towards like electricity, and I'm really focused on it, watching the flame, and it seems like I'm just trying to crack like a certain combination as the fire starts to like flicker and it flattens out a little bit, and it looks like I'm trying to change it into a certain thing and only just falling short of it. But other than that, I'm kind of just waiting around.
Okay. What about you? Is that what you're doing? Is that all you do? Okay.
I'm just sitting next to Davio, just
Trying so hard to drown it out.
she just gets loud.
Every once in a while, I'm not saying anything, but every once in a while I like grip my hand together and there's from my
And that's
hand.
when it gets loud. She's like, it's working. But yeah, it's just trying to see how many different sound variations she can make from just tapping her cheeks. And then eventually she will get bored of that and like pull out the beads that she was working on the previous night and is just like
Sounds good.
working on those.
The two of you, do you circle back around after a little bit?
Yeah.
Dear God, Givelda, remind me that I owe you a drink.
Less. Alright.
You got yourself into a pickle, as I believe you would call it, and...
Pickle. Love pickles. Well,
Sure, yeah.
it's a little bit.
I'll owe you a pickle instead.
It's a little bit what my cousin used to do.
I'm impressed by how you just went with it.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes, and this is something I learned from my cousin, when, he started trying to drift off from the family business. He did a hobby called acting. We did a little bit of this thing called improv. And he taught me a bit of it, where you just make something up. So I do a bit of it sometimes. Did it as an adventure, they'd be like, what are you doing in this cave? And I'd be like, hide and seek. With
It's
who?
the go-to.
Always hide and seek.
It's the go-to.
And then, sometimes people don't believe me and I've got to run away, and sometimes I've got to...
What are you doing in my great-grandfather's coffin? Hide and seek.
Sometimes they listen to me and they're like, yes. It's...
I'm dying to get in.
Sometimes you got to be a bit silly to just, get away with things.
Yeah, that being silly is good. It's a good play. Pretending, I've done it before. Pretending you're not in your right mind. It lets you get away with a lot of things.
But you had an interesting little addition to the mix.
Yes.
Family. We look nothing alike. Unless we... Close your hair.
What?
What colour's your hair?
The white and black.
Never mind. Oh, hang on a minute. We do have similar hair. We have a
could
similar
be-
style.
We could be adopted, but I don't think they questioned anything about that.
Oh yeah, adopted. Like,
Adopted, or you could
But I
be
don't
my
work in the medical
stepsister,
field.
or I could be what?
I heard it. I was like, adopted.
but we could be.
You will soon. Davio certainly respects you.
He does.
Probably not.
She looks for a second. Her eyes light up, and as soon as she's never mind. Right. So, how are we gonna let them come here, or are we gonna go back inside?
I assume we're talking while we're heading back.
Yeah.
We should go back for now,
Yeah.
but they said they don't want to see us around here.
Well, they're not really. They're certainly they're not gonna like come back. There's no reason to come back if they think we're gone.
I don't think it would be any issue with regular police. It's if it's just those intelligence
Also,
people, whoever they are.
also, if they come back and they catch us with Dario and Lynn, what are we gonna do? Because, I mean, does anybody know that they have anything to do with it?
It's worthless.
I mean, they both seem pretty well known in their fields, from what I understand. I don't know if anyone else has suspicions of their hand in the explosion, but I also don't know why else they'd be here.
Well, I suppose it's something we can talk back to them about when we get there. Oh. Do we make it back?
Yeah, eventually you just arc around, no roll required. But yeah. The two of you return to the warehouse where Davio and Avra and Lint.
Hello,
So what's
T.
it during the day?
Davia, you would certainly help
man.
Grivelda in her
man?
quest to be a doctor, wouldn't you?
Amen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could help. But if that is what you want to do, you should go for it.
A doctor? Oh, I don't want to be a doctor or doctored. I want to be a venturer. That's what I want.
Oh, well, you should go for that as well.
Anyway, but I do think there's something we need to talk about because there was some guys in here like before, and they caught me hiding because you're supposed to hide.
Yes, I got a very strongly worded letter from Davio that if I were to take over the body, to not give myself away.
Well, the thing is, right, they're looking for anything to do with the explosion, and well, I wouldn't want Lynn or you and Davio to be compromised. So, figured I'd just let you know what's going on.
Thank you very much.
It's okay, I would have protected them.
I believe you.
I believe me too.
Do you mind if I ask about those beads that you were? What were they?
I'm making a bracelet.
Oh, really? For anyone in particular?
Yeah, the Fairy.
Oh, truly? Is it a friendship bracelet? That is very sweet.
Yeah, eventually I make one from everyone in the team.
Oh, that is wonderful. What colors are you using?
Everyone. Every single color in the world.
Wow. There are so many shades of colors. Well, it's going to be a big bracelet. You're going to need a big wrist.
It's okay, it kind of reflects in the light more so.
Oh, it's very clever.
Is Lynn near us?
He's in a room, locked.
A
away.
rubber room.
Rubber room with rats.
Silent! Don't burst through the ceiling.
I never miss.
Twice.
I never miss. I never miss.
So if I don't think they're gonna come back, but the chance they will, where do we go?
Well, I don't know much about this town, so I don't know if there is many good places. It is possible. The world is very grand. Being in a city is the most dangerous thing to do. Perhaps we move him and us out of the city entirely, so that we can. I mean, if we are going to have a fugitive with us, seems dangerous to have him where the law enforcement are constantly making the rounds.
What was on the card, anyway?
The business card. Let's see if I can get anything from the business card. I'll pull out the business card. What does it say?
His name is Metro Card.
His name is Metro Card.
Wow, that's exciting.
And he must be a city man. He must be very unreliable and get his places really late.
Damn girl, are you a Metro card? Because you're I was.
He also charges a lot of money.
It doesn't have.
Did you have to pay him in order to give it?
Yeah. And if I don't have my business card with me, they try and fine me for it.
The only piece of information on the card that he gave you is an address in the court district.
Doesn't even have a name on it. Boo! And I just kind of like throw it into a random corner.
I'll take it.
Oh, you can take it if you want. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I retract my throw.
You catch it in the air.
Just curve the wings
Yeah.
slightly to catch it.
It's like it almost turns in like a boomerang as the air kind of guides it into my hand.
Azzy is coming back anytime soon? Does anybody know?
Where did they go?
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
I don't either.
Perhaps they do not come back. Perhaps they think that they have their own goals to do, and or perhaps they're too dangerous to be with this group, and they move away. That Marcus Miller seems like a very careful person, and from the most recent situation, perhaps he is fed up with us as well and does not want to be seen around us.
I don't want him coming back. He's just
Really?
an asshole. Straight up.
Well, I think there are things that we need to talk to him about, but I would not judge someone based on one stressful situation.
I have a few situations I can judge him on. And I look kind of frustrated. I throw my brow.
Can I tell you, I once led this woman who did not believe me to be a worthy leader. I was younger than her, and well, she did not respect the decisions I was making. And it took a bit. It took her making her biggest mistake for her to start respecting me and respecting my decisions. And by the end, well, I hope she is okay now. She became a great friend of mine. But the things she said to me the first times we tried to work together, they were not pleasant. I would have called her an asshole as well. But, well, in stressful situations, people can say things they do not mean, can do things they should not have done, especially when they are with a new group and they are scared for their lives and the lives of those around them. So do not judge him too harshly. We shall see. We will find out if he comes back with time, the sort of person he is.
You rather nod her head and goes, I see what you're saying, but respectfully, Avian, and I say this because I do respect you and I think you're really cool, but I don't think Marcus is very nice in general. When I talk to him about, mineral, and I seriously talk about mineral, and I talk about, like, being and communicating with the earth, because I am, for real, and he doesn't seem to respect that very much, and he didn't seem stressed. He seemed kind of, I don't know, that's just how he is. I mean, to be fair, he did kind of come into our hostage situation in the middle of it, and then started berating everyone, including you, about how you handled it, and then got mad when you didn't do it the way he liked. To be fair, I do think he's kind of a dick, and it's not so much a stressful situation, but I get what you're saying, because I've had stressful, like, people do that too, where they didn't think I was up to the task. I proved them wrong, and they respected me, I respected them, but I don't know about Marcus so much.
That is a very valid opinion to have. I'm not saying you have to like him. In my experience, what you should do with someone who you believe is treating you wrong is treat them with love and see how they react to that. Let us see. I believe people can change, and I believe if he is truly a dick, perhaps if we give him enough love, we can mold him into the shape we want.
Fine. Next time I see him, I'll treat him with love and care. Well, I'm kind of screaming right now.
John, your familiar eventually, the two individuals that it was following, they eventually enter a building that seems to serve some sort of half religious, half like library-esque purpose. It seems to be like a place of keeping like religious texts and whatnot, and then they enter and don't return, like they don't exit for quite a while. So that's what your familiar discovers. That's for the two of you.
Well, have you got anything else to do here? Otherwise, I'm happy to stagger back to the warehouse.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like you being perfectly fine as elves tend to be, and then there's just this drunk, like scraggly human guy that looks like he's a former boxer with half the muscles to compensate. Just a plumber on his hot shift.
That's right, Marcus. Keep coming this way.
That's the plan. I tell you what, have you got many friends in these drow colonies that you can still call on?
Friends? No, not really.
Well, let's say, just for the sake of saying it, that you might have one more. I'll bring him round later on. You'll like him. He's very, very friendly guy. It's really helpful.
Oh yes.
Yeah, trust me. It's not a problem. But for now, we've got to go back to see this. It's going to be all over the place. I just hope that Enriya hasn't had him or something.
Certainly be nice to see a familiar face that isn't out to get me.
Yeah, familiar face. Yeah, sounds good. And then I will toddle back in with you.
And are you heading back?
I'm on the roof. That's fine.
Well, eventually the party reconvenes through various means of getting back into the warehouse.
Mr. Miller,
What?
do you mind having a conversation over here?
It was very late, and I've just been out on the piss, but I can have a...
Well,
It's been a terribly long night.
Oh, shit.
Poor old Marcus is just a little bit tired.
well, Marcus, frankly, I do not know how long I will be in control of this body.
Yes, I understand everything. Let's have a chat then.
Wonderful. If you'll all excuse us for a second,
Okay.
I'll just like take him to sort of like the side of the warehouse. There we go. You had a long night, did you?
Let's just say, after some of these little adventures, I need a way to de-stress.
I see.
It's
And you
just
do so
like-
with alcohol.
And whatever else is available. In this case, I thought it better to be more sociable with my good friend out here. So,
That is good. Did you get to know him very well?
I wouldn't say very well. I think he knows me better than I know him. So, either way, it's,
For a man like you, that must be uncomfortable.
something like that. Yeah. But don't worry, I won't be around for much longer.
And
I
why
think-
is that?
Oh, Ali suggested. Is it alright if I call you Ali, by the way?
I'm not here.
What do you want? Alegala suggested that maybe they've got a good friend who's a concierge, who's unfortunately got themselves a black eye and is out of the job. I expect that they'll be exactly the sort of person you want managing Lint while you're out. The sort of creature that's good at taking care of people and keeping discreet about it. I'll see if I can get them sent round later on, but for now, at least the next day until I get some sleep, I'll hang around here.
You seem to be speaking around what you are doing. I have conflicted thoughts in my head about you from experiences that I have personally experienced and experiences that I have not.
I'm sure you can have a good discussion with Davio as to resolve your conflict around me.
I
What is
cannot
it-
talk with him.
Yeah, well then you can write letters that be like pen pals and cute. What can I do for you now?
Well, I think it is important for us to set expectations of one another, both for the growth of myself and for the growth of you. Because, as you may or may not have heard from me or from others, I used to be a squadron leader on a battlefield for quite a long time in the context of my life. It is a significant portion of my life that I was leading others. I have been on the battlefield as a leader since the day I turned 18. So it has been in times where I should have been developing as a person, I was instead developing as a leader. And
is that what you call it? Yes, yes.
see, what you are doing now is kind of what I am here to talk to you about. Because when you are in a situation where people's lives are at stake. The thing that matters most is trust in one another. Because if you do not have that, then everything falls apart. One, link of the chain at a time.
You know, this isn't the first time I've heard this sort of spiel. Certainly not the first time I've heard it from someone that claims themselves as a great military leader with decades of experience.
I did not say I was great.
I don't care if you're great. I care that you're happy to subscribe to the fact that because you've served in combat and you think that maybe because you've sent some people to get killed under you, all of a sudden you're worth listening to. I'm not saying I don't trust you. I'm saying that I don't think that deserves any respect. And I almost wish you hadn't told me, because I'm not exactly partial to being given orders and told how to conduct myself.
I'm not the sort of person to expect myself to give you orders.
Oh, of course. You just want me to change how I act around you and the rest of these idiots.
I'm telling you to be careful, because I truly think what you are doing comes from a place of you did not want to cause more problems. You did not want us to cause problems, because it will be problems for you.
I wanted you to understand that not a single person in this group, except for me and possibly Michaela, who's been in this city for more than, 6 months? Not one of you understands how it runs. How the police will come at you sideways, expecting you to give a bribe as well as the answer that they want.
Davio has been here.
Davio is a fucking scientist, he doesn't know anything. If you think that, 3 children, one of which is grown, can lead you around the place and avoid the police, I understand you want trust from me. But at this point, you're on the back foot. You've got a captive who's desperately wanted by the rest of the city. You don't need someone you can trust. You need someone who'll get it done.
Well, you did not get it done.
No.
Frankly and respectfully, if we did the things the way that you wanted to do them, we would be on the run from him, and he would be on the run from us.
Oh.
And there would be more people who would be under his control. There would be an army of possibly hundreds of people, all dying one at a time, because you wanted to sit back, and you wanted to not be with us, and you wanted to not trust us, and you do not accept the experiences of those around you because they are not your experience. You work alone. That is okay. I understand. You do not trust other people because you have only ever had to trust yourself. And you look around at other people, you see them doing things that you would not do personally, and you assume it must be the wrong decision because it does not work for you. That is not how the human experience works. It has never been how it works. You did not have all the context when you came into the situation, and what you did was start to undermine every person in that room, every single person, and make them feel like shit without offering anything from you. You did not offer an alternate strategy. You didn't say anything that would help us out. You didn't tell the people who might have been doing something right what they were doing. You didn't even comfort the people in the room that were being held hostage. You didn't try to save any of them. You stood back and did nothing. You didn't escort anyone out. You just waited until there was enough evidence that you could burn down. I understand. That is how you do things. And I would love to have your expertise, because there is a lot of it. You have a lot of skills and intelligence and experience that we could use, that we could utilize. And all you have to do is offer that advice in a way that we can use it, in a way that we can accept it. And if we do that, you will not be found. We will not be killed. Everyone can be in a better place. But all you have to do is work with us, because if you work against us, then you will have us working against you. And there are a lot of us.
Well noted then, Commander. I'll keep it in mind.
That is all I ask.
Oh, of course, of course. For the moment, I think it's probably best if I lie low, given that I've just burnt down a building and obviously removed the evidence of your well-planned assault, getting, 6 people incinerated, another one with a broken neck. I understand. I understand that my beration probably didn't make anyone feel very good when I came in there and said that you at best threatened their safety and at worst threatened your own. But look, I'm glad things have turned out and we've got the men we want. And realistically, what is a couple of dead people, you know? Especially if they're grunts, mind-controlled, recruits, conscripts. Tell me, when you were 18, did you join up voluntarily to this war?
I did not.
We did not. And you expect me to believe that someone who's gone through it all is happy giving orders again? We'll see how it goes. For now, I understand. I'll try and be as nice as I possibly can while I'm here. But all I really want to do is piss off and get some sleep. I'll come back once the work's done.
Your condescension is noted.
Glad.
But I will still believe in you, Marcus. I believe that you can be better. And that these words, a defense mechanism, it is okay. Even if you do not respect me, I do respect you.
Whoever said I don't respect you?
Everything you've said so far.
No. I don't respect you trying to use your title as a great military leader in someone else's body to suggest that you know how to treat people. Or that, you know, your shared experience of you and the good doctor is not worthy. It's more about the mild lack of foresight that you showed that day. I understand you're doing it for noble causes, but I mean, you know, having had a fantastic discussion with Delegalo last night, they're doing it for noble causes and they still made smart decisions.
Genuinely, and this is not me prodding you, you keep talking about, well, exactly everything that we were doing wrong, but I have yet to hear what your plan was for the situation.
You wanted to walk in to...
No, don't talk about our plan. What was your plan for the situation?
You see, I was not given the benefit of the plan because I came upon a disturbance in the city and found out the lot of this. All I'm suggesting is that if you knew that Lint was specifically focused in one person, while you could have walked in and sat around and let them kill each other, it probably would have benefited the group of people, 5 or 6 of you, who had apparently been living in his estate for the last few days, to go about maybe finding the one guy you needed rather than walking in the front door with a sword to your own throat. I'm sure it might have still had its casualties, but at least it seemed a little bit better thought through than walking into a nest of suicide bombers.
The information that one person is the only person who is inhabiting is the soul of Maximilian was information we did not get until partial through the battle.
Then I'm glad you managed to obtain it after storming the front door. For now, please, dear Commander, don't let me lecture you in any more of your military strategy. I'm sure that those around you will respect you highly for your decisions for it. I desperately need some sleep.
No.
And God forbid I run into someone like Ivaldo and have to explain this to them in the hallway because I do not have the energy. I appreciate you taking me aside for this. If you need my expertise in the future, I will leave a card.
Actually, I may not do. How drunk is One Tongue? Technically.
I'm not absolutely shit on, but I'm very tired, having realised now that it's 10 AM in the morning.
It sounds like he's coming down.
Yeah, like
yeah, sobering up, but you have a hangover now.
No, why? Why?
Well, I was about to give some TLC, but if you are about to sleep, unless...
No, absolutely do it. As
do what you want, man.
As Worm Tongue turns around and exits out the door, this is just you're about to...
Fine, boom, just she's there.
No, I shouldn't have said anything.
Good morning.
What do you want, Billacash?
Uh,
Please, keep quiet.
You look exhausted. Where have you been all night?
I was having a drink. That's something that grown-ups do.
I know. I drink all the time.
I'm sure. What do you want?
I was gonna say, and I say this with as much nice kindness as I can muster for you, you look like total shit. And I'm here to make it better.
Okay,
But
the
also-
first bit I understood. The second bit, what?
But, how are you?
Shorter than you.
Put a hand on your head. Gently. Put a hand on your head. Alright, I'm gonna tell this to Aligalo when he comes in, but...
Oh, I came in.
Yeah, they were with me.
Yeah, we
Oh,
came
yeah, you both
together.
came in together.
Yeah, I look like I've been hungover, and you look like you've been out from when you run, I presume.
Yeah.
You look great.
Passed out for 4 hours, and you had your 4
I
hour
should
nap,
let you
and
know.
you're like, oh, I'm long rested, not good.
So, we've had some people come in, escort me and Nathalie out So
What, here?
yeah,
You're saying that there's people. What people have come into this?
I don't know.
fucking
Some
house?
guys in suits.
Did they find?
What happened is
Did they find Lynn?
no, they didn't find anyone but me and Nathalie, and we had to make up a lie. So if they come back, I'm gonna need you and everyone else to pretend that I'm crazy, because the Earth can talk to me and I play hide and seek.
I'm sure I can do that.
So I'm gonna
Did they own the place or not?
No.
So you let some random fuckers in suits walk into the warehouse?
Or they let themselves in.
We'll catch
They
you
had a
up.
key.
We'll catch you up about the events afterwards. You go get your beauty sleep.
I was just gonna make you a little bed and get you some water. That's what you need.
Why would I sleep in a fucking warehouse?
Because that's what we've been doing. Well, not me.
I
I've been
live
sleeping.
here.
You live in this warehouse?
I live in the fucking city. I've been in. You turned up here, what, 3 months ago? How would I sleep in a warehouse?
Because that's where we've all been staying, and we might need you.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure
4
they'll.
days ago.
I also haven't been sleeping here. I came up in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I've done my share of roughing it. I'll leave this section to you, and I'll come and see if I can procure somewhere a bit more sensible to keep Lynn.
Don't you want some water? Can I get water from the warehouse?
There's probably like a tap that
Full of rusted, filthy water.
it's not the best looking one.
I'm
but it's not
probably
the worst.
okay. In that case, probably not.
It's okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can do for you, Elder? Because I would really get rest.
Just making sure you're alright.
Yeah, obviously, I'm peachy. Just fine, fine.
Hmm.
Adventures. I'm off.
I can't do anything. I just let him go.
Thanks for the water.
I didn't give you water because the
I
water's
know.
filthy. If you want filthy water, I can give it to you. I can
Well,
make
if you
water.
haven't already
someone
marked
to
it
be-
off,
yeah.
mark yourselves off for long rest. If you use resources after the long rest, then obviously don't do that.
Do I get one?
You probably get a short rest.
As a treat.
As I walk in after Pam and Ale, I'll go to Avra and spill some goss. Yeah,
I would also probably relay information.
Still going.
Do you remember the last line of that prophecy, the sanguine gate?
Not from the top of my head.
But I was looking around last night and this morning and trying to find gather information about it, and I saw like a strange duo of people who were talking about it, and they were talking about like more people making it more complicated, more variables and more things to go on. And I don't know, one of them was a like tall bird person, like marron. What's the word for that in common?
Which one?
Marron.
Mango.
Like kind of red. Dark red.
Marie?
I think so. Yes.
Mm.
Have a little biscuit.
With very black eyes, almost like coal,
Mm.
and then like a gold bracelet almost, and then
Bitch.
maybe I don't. I mean, you're rich now, right?
That's true.
And then a dwarf with like very green eyes, like not a dress like hair, and like a walking staff. I think of all the people in this town, that the dwarf is the most likely to play hopscotch at the beach.
Ooh. Maybe we should go ask them if they would like to play hopscotch at the beach. That seems beside the point.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So,
I might need
you
to
see in that, they were talking about the gate. Where?
By the pub where the other two were
Oh.
drinking all night. I wanted to keep an eye on, like, people, and it seemed like a safe place because I had friends around, so
That's true.
friends. I think if one time looks at me the wrong way, I might put him in the ground, but it's okay.
Yeah?
What the fuck? I'm not the only,
the
the only one without
Marcus-
some kind of glasses.
Oh, okay.
Do you want some sunnies?
You can see.
Do you
Where have I
actually?
heard that before though? Bird, dwarf, fire. Ivelda!
Yeah, what's going on?
It's a secret, so you need to come over here really quickly.
Come closer and kneel down.
I like come up to your ear, and then I bring Jacques over, and so we're both just like,
I think maybe Jacques found the other people in the prophecy.
Oh, is that true?
No, I don't think the one that I have.
Oh, this is like a double prophecy we're a part of, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But the bird sounds like he's more like fire. Does the and the dwarf kind of looks like they play hopscotch at the beach, which may mean that they're like water related, maybe.
What do they both smell like? Was one like super like sea watery,
There was a bit of a brine smell.
and then like brimstone, sulfur.
Isn't that interesting that we found our band and we also might have found some people part of the prophecy?
So it's kind of like a band, and then like the other thing we're a part of is kind of like a play.
It's like a musical
So
theatre
yeah.
production.
Are you telling me that you're
They're a
both
part of a
part of a
musical.
band and a quartet?
I guess so. We're multifaceted people, you know.
So, bass and drums, I think.
Eh?
Bass and drums.
Bass and drums.
I think that is the most common like crossover
So
instruments.
okay.
I don't know which one of you is it. But
Well, because Yvelda is more like the drums, because like earth and drums and walking and earthquakes. So I guess I'm bass. But would I be like a bass? Or what like
I think if any one of you four was a bass, it would be the dwarf.
that's true. Where'd they go? Where are they still
Like a church. How do I say? Video. Library. I think.
like a church library? So like an archive place maybe? How bad would it be right now if we were to go exploring? Should we stay as like a big group, or like
Maybe we should ask a bit of permission from the group. And if they say no, maybe we stay. But if they say yes, we should go have a little venture.
What? You're like.
Oh,
Right, you're fine.
took me a whole 8 seconds for that.
It's in
Did you
character
say
for
8
Marcus.
ticks? You played 2.
okay. Then we should go ask them.
If you guys are all hanging out together, we'll go straight over. Alright. Thinking of going on a little explore. What do you guys think?
Are we already going out to find Chandra? Or
Oh,
Who?
we've got a little side mission for us.
Yeah, it won't take like too long.
Where are you going?
We're going to an
place have a name?
archive
Does
place.
the place have a name?
It
Like
was
a
an
library?
unmarked building, but it
I
was somewhere
guess
in the
so,
shrines.
but it's like also like a church or something.
A library and a church.
Mm.
Do I know what they're talking about?
There's plenty of that description of building around the city, so unfortunately not.
And why are you going there?
Because well, I think that it will provide lots of information about the town, and I don't know lots about the town, and reading is good for people.
Well, that much is true.
There might be some old mates coming from another town for me to visit. I'll take a look.
Whatever, you should go and do it. Just be relatively quick.
Where do you want... If you guys are going off on your own, where do you guys want us to meet you?
Here.
Okay.
Alright.
And if we are not here, we will try to find a way to either leave a message for you or get a message to you.
Okie dokie.
Also, if you find any currency or ways to acquire currency while you're out there, to take that opportunity. We need all the resources we can get right now.
Wait a minute.
Going to
Wait, real quick.
biggest amount.
Just in case we see anyone walking down the street, what does Shanra look like?
She has... Last time I saw her, sort of medium length red hair, quite young looking face and small nose. I'm not good at describing people. She did not look like she moisturized very much. She had quite a skinny frame, perhaps 5, 7 or 8. I only ever really saw her in a lab coat, except for when she was a student, but I do not remember her wardrobe back then.
Right. I'll keep an eye out for her, and if we see her, we'll let you know.
I'm gonna try to minor illusion what I remember of Aether, but it starts off like very blurry and like murky. You can't even see facial features, but as Davia kind of describes certain parts, they start getting applied to the minor illusion.
So the three of you, is anyone else going, or just the three of you?
No, I'm staying back.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with them.
Alright. The three of you head towards where Jacques familiar. This is confusing, man.
Jacques apostrophe S is familiar.
So Jacques.
His name is Jacques,
Yeah.
and then it's
Then
Jacques familiar.
Okay, so Jacques Familiar. Yeah, you guys head to where Jacques Familiar had been keeping watch. It is this mostly, as I said, unmarked building made of simple stone masonry, and it seems to have a small wooden set of doors leading in. There's this smell of incense burning and various other herbs permeating the space. The doors are slightly ajar. I'm just inviting anyone in.
Is it a push or a bulldog? Which way is it a jar?
Okay, outwards.
See this way?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a bulldog.
Cool.
Yeah. It comes off the heat. No, I'm joking.
Yavelda, we need to stop doing
I
that.
cast
It does not.
mending, which is even in my library.
For every door, whichever way Yavelda pushes or pulls, it's the other one.
Yeah.
And it always breaks up.
Schrodinger's door.
At some point, we're gonna have to be looking for a Velda, and we look and see a series of broken doors, and we can go. She went
There
that
she
way.
is, a revolving door, but I somehow just walked through it. Put a giant hole in it.
As you enter, you see that it is a fairly dimly lit space, but there are certain areas that have desks, like these standing desks where people are, just a whole bunch of individuals are stood over and they seem to be reading. You can see that there's these kind of crisscross nooks with scrolls and books and texts nestled in. You can see that there seems to be about 3 or 4 individuals in this similar navy blue uniform that seem to be carting around returned pieces of text and whatnot, and just placing them back where they go. Yeah, that is what you see on first glance.
Can I try to sniff out the two of them?
It's a little squirrel.
So as a cat, just try to look for that because I assume that maybe like that sulfury smell is not too dissimilar, but the briny smell would definitely.
Yeah, it's not no roll required for this one specifically. You see, you can easily spot these two rather distinctive individuals. They're on this like upper landing. There's like a small staircase right at the back of the building that heads up onto a second like balcony floor with more standing desks. And you can see that the two of them seem to be kind of hunched over a desk, reading through something that you can't make out from here.
Is there a way for me to get up as a cat without using the stairs? Just like hop?
Yeah, you'd probably go. I mean, just like kind of like.
I have a climbing speed. I believe in the cat, so 30-foot climbing speed. Yeah, I'll just hop up and like try to stay unnoticed, but like kind of just like peer and look at what they're looking at.
Well, from where you are currently, it's impossible to make out what they're reading because it's like up on a desk, and there's not really any good perch spots from above. Okay. But yeah, you're just gonna have them listening. What are the two of you doing?
Just taking a look.
Can we see them? Or
Yeah. Once Jacques like beelines in that direction, you can definitely see.
Ooh, how do we want to present ourselves? Like, do we just walk over normally, like, hey? Or, like, do we have to be more formal, like, hello, my name is Avra, it's nice to meet you? Or, like...
I think we should... That's a good question. I'm gonna just flip a coin. I'm gonna take a gold. And I take a gold coin out and I go, well, heads, we flip, heads.
Heads, we flip a coin.
Tails, we flip 2 coins.
Right, so heads, we speak normally, and tails, we do formally.
Okay, can I guess what it's gonna land on?
You can guess.
I'm gonna see tails.
Heads, tails.
Okay.
Oh. I know what's up. Don't worry, guys. I know what's up.
Oh.
Hold on.
Tails. It's tails. Okay. But like, we shouldn't like startle them, right? We should just be like, or something when we get up there.
Yeah, you start with a strong opener.
Hello, guys.
With like a big jazz number or something.
I don't know about a jazz number.
Okay. Well.
But a jazz song.
Let's do it. I believe in you.
I'll very confidently stride over.
Yeah. We're walking up the stairs.
Next thing we approach them.
Yeah. The dwarf kind of turns to you. This looks over at you.
What time is it?
What time is it?
Yeah.
It's like midday.
Okay, sorry.
Midday, just afternoon.
Yeah, didn't mean to cut you off by the way.
You're good. But he kind of like they kind of turn towards you and they go, "Can we help you?"
Good afternoon. My name's Yavoda Bilakash. It's nice to meet you.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Abra.
The Erica individual kind of turns to you and goes, "Very, very well. Names are all good and everything, but what is the nature of your inquiry?"
Here you go. So I didn't mean to cut you off. I believe that you guys are some good friends of ours, in a way. There's a little something that we all got in common.
They kind of like turn away from you for a moment and just kind of like speak in hushed whispers. Right. Please continue.
I'm gonna use Druidcraft to create a tiny harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be and be like, I've got this little, talent where I'm in tune with the earth. Take a look. And I kind of like put my artificial arm out and cast Druidcraft.
Okay.
Show the weather forecast.
Right. And you?
You just see the wind just like.
Interesting.
Well, we showed ours, so now you show yours.
Are they facing the other direction?
They're kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
faces
just
away
hop
from-
up on a desk behind them as quietly as possible.
Okay. The dwarf kind of slams her staff into the ground, and you see, like, coming off of the tip of the staff, you can see that there's almost almost like an incense burner, but it seems to have like a liquid sloshing around inside of it. And as she slams it down, you see that the water seeps out of these holes that had been previously sealed off, and it becomes like this almost like flail-like weapon. The water kind of like hardening into ice and then returning to water and then retracting back into the sensor. The dwarf kind of turns back towards the text, noticing the cat. Okay. Your pet?
Not pet, friend.
Friend?
He actually noticed you first.
Very well. The dwarf very carefully pries the scroll out from under Jacques' paws and kind of holds it up, comparing some notes on there. Turning to the Jack. Well, I think we found who we were looking for, and in turn that you found the same. The Arakocra kind of extends their talons forward, and you see these claws of fire extend out for just a brief moment before they retract them away as well.
What did the scroll say?
The scroll had some text on it also, but with parts of it like missing, but there's like gaps left where there's supposed to be text. It specifies sorry, let me just get the notes up for this one.
It specifies your.
It does indeed specify one. It specifies, it has 4 silhouettes engraved into it, like specifically into the, like, this is like a leather scroll, and like engraved into the leather there seem to be like 4 like silhouettes, and underneath each one there is a little bit of text. One refers to a dwarf of surf, one refers to a bird of flame, one refers to an elf of air, and one refers to an orc of stone.
Is it in like common or is it in?
There are actually like the same text is written about 7 or 8 times in a whole bunch of different languages.
I speak 5.
It's in common, primordial, sylvan, infernal, abyssal, and then celestial.
No time or track.
It is not in Draconic, but it is in Giant, yes.
Cool.
You seem to be really good at finding people.
We're just natural radar for people, you know? Able to seek him out like a missile. Like a heat-seeking missile.
There's
No
the
idea what the fuck I'm saying. She confuses herself.
This male Aarakocra kind of turns to you. You see that if you are the people that we're looking for, we expected more.
Oh, there is more. We have a band. There's like, apart from Jacques and us, there's 1, 2. Well, would you count Lynn as part of our band, or is he like guest starring?
I feel like Lynn is a bit. We don't know yet. He's not really a friend at the moment.
So 4 then, but technically at the moment 5 because we just have a guest with us.
Okay. I don't know what to make of the band bit, but you see that these powers of ours have been manifesting for some time now, and through our various prior engagements, we've learned that there are those who would seek to see this and the gestures to the world, the city outside and the world beyond. The city outside and the world beyond brought back to before there was any form or function. Now, the interesting part lies in that the two of you feature more than once in texts.
We're famous.
And we initially learnt of you through the text that involves more the larger group, the band that you refer to.
Really?
We had managed to narrow it down to this city, that this was where you were, but this city hosts several millions of people, and well, it was a needle in a haystack, so it's our good fortune that your friend here was able to find us.
He's pretty clever.
Indeed.
So, what do you do now?
Well, the pipes up. I've only come into an understanding of my own abilities recently. I don't fully understand what the assignment is, as it were. I know that there are those who seek to directly oppose us, and well, when we initially met, we were at odds for a bit, but we eventually were able to find some common ground, and we assume that if there are those that have similar goals, but in a very destructive sense, that they would buddy up with their elemental friends. And who's to know, if we are able to deal with this one catastrophe, then the two of us might be able to help you in the next one.
That does seem logical. Well, we're looking for somebody else, right?
There's a friend. So I've got a mate and their friend. We're looking for our friend's friend called Shanra. Don't know if you've met them before.
I haven't heard the name before.
By the way, what is your guys' friends? Do you guys have like friends too, like us? And I kind of point to my gyroscope. This is where my friend Minimal lives. Check this out, and I flip the hourglass and see if Minimal will come out.
You get no response at this time. I know what you're referring to, and my encounter with the elements beyond occurred during a near-death experience.
Which one's this one?
This is the dwarf. I found myself found myself with my family on a boating trip down the river near our house, and my vessel found itself capsized and found myself drowning. But in the midst of that, there was a voice that called out to me. It offered me salvation in return. It wanted help, and in that moment of desperation, I accepted. And then the Arcoco pipes up. See, my people have a very specific culture, and they've been training me for this purpose for quite some time. The powers only manifested relatively recently in the grand scheme of things. My tribe has a great fascination with fire, both its destructive and restorative properties. And yes, ever since my earliest memories, I've been training for this, not knowing what this was, but I still don't fully understand, but I have some inkling now.
That's pretty cool. See, I met my friend when I was at work, because I work for my family business, which is Forge. And one day, a mysterious stranger asked me to make just like a simple dagger, simple sword. And I was like, alright. And when I came to making payment, right, they just handed me this and said that this would be enough payment, and left. And when I did, they asked me why I'd summoned them, or what I'd wanted, and I told them what I wanted. I wanted to be the greatest adventurer in the world. And they said if I worked for them, they'd help me. So I did. That's how I'm here. And I can like do stuff with the earth.
That's very fascinating. What about you?
Mine's just boring. The air is my friend.
That's interesting. one out of desperation, one out of duty, one out of a bargain, and one out of acquaintance.
Well, I don't know what I was gonna lead off with.
I do have one question, however. The piece of text that spoke of a greater group of individuals did not speak of a feline individual.
Oh no, he can just like change into animals. He's pretty cool like that. He's like would he be offended if I called him a baby?
Probably
Just
not.
because he's just really small.
It's up
I've
to
been
him.
back in child form for a hot second. Yeah. Just kind of, because they're all like talking amongst themselves. I'm just like now looking around, seeing if I can find like
You
the
turn back
other.
towards you and like listening to Abra's explanation and turning back to you, like,
Hello.
oh.
They
just kind of awkwardly raise the hand in a wave.
What are your names?
That's important.
The dwarf kind of gestures to himself. My name is Aurelia.
Spells in
A-U-R-E-L-I-A.
You might need to write that down because I didn't catch any of that.
as in the character from Borderlands.
A-U-R-E-L-I-A.
I've got it written down somewhere.
As long as you know how to say it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important part.
And the taller Arabic individual goes, my name is Reet, R-E-E-T.
We met these two in the other campaign, didn't we?
We didn't meet them,
I just remember
but they were on a sword.
I just remember, yeah, that was it. I just remember the
Alright,
sword
so that
dwarf.
everything up.
The surf dwarf. That was it.
My name is Jacques. Is there a copy of the other prophecy here, or where did you hear about it?
We came across it quite a ways from here. It was inscribed in a tomb across the ocean in Io. But it spoke of, and it was in vague terms, but it spoke of a larger group of individuals coming together to stop unrelenting evil from crossing the threshold into our world.
Okay. I was given one that may be a little bit different. I don't really know.
I'll start kind of reciting it. My instructions, I guess, were more. It was more along the lines of instructions. They were: go seek out the man who hides from his past, his words laced with wit, his deceptions vast. Go find the women he left behind, though he may deny it, their fate intertwined. Search for the twins who are rarely aligned. They are of one body, but rarely one mind. Search for the one with so much ambition, who seeks a way to break a generational tradition. Look for the lass who is one with the air, her words eloquent and brimming with flair. And finally search for the arcanist of few, their actions misguided, but their intentions true. History repeats, hope it's not too late, for the 7 of you at the sanguine gate. Answer the call, may it be in time, but return to us, Jacques, your company sublime.
The Reed kind of like introspects for a bit, like just thinking. What we found was similar, but it spoke much. It was much more indirect with its wording. It spoke of this collection of people that would find themselves trapped at the barrier between our world and worlds beyond. That if they managed to come together in time, would be able to rebuff those who would intrude upon our world. The words they've given away to erosion, but we were able to recover some of that text. The text that we did manage to recover spoke of a gate of blood. It was a bit more verbose in its text. It specifically talked of a sacrifice of viscera to activate it, and that one would be required on both sides of the gate to activate it. I don't know what to make of it, but with what you've told us, there's definitely some interesting overlap. You see, we opened up the tombs and they were empty, no remains within them. But there were 7.
That seems like a lot of information.
Do you guys want to meet my friends? You want to meet the rest of the band?
Perhaps in time. There's still a lot we need to discover for ourselves. But if the two of you are traveling together, keep an eye out for anything that speaks of this sanguine gate or this gate of blood, and also keep an eye / ear out for any disturbances in your respective elements.
It's okay, the air travels.
What was your discussion in terms of the gate of blood outside the inn?
What's the question?
What was what were you discussing about the gate of blood outside the inn this morning?
Oh, we were going over some notes that we collected on various bits of mythology and lore. It is there are certain people who believe that the gate must remain open, and there are various religions and sects across the world that discuss the pros and cons of keeping this gate open. Well, I firmly believe that opening such a gate would be disastrous for life as we know it, but some believe that their devotion to the creatures beyond would grant them some sort of ascension, and various other conspiracy-esque beliefs.
Does it speak of anything that is beyond, like what kind of worlds are said to lie beyond it?
From what we understand, and we understand very little, the gate is one of the only anchors to every dimension simultaneously, and creatures of every nature seek to use it to their benefit. Whoever harnesses such a power would have access to travel in a way that we cannot begin to imagine, and that's why I think it is in our best interest to make sure that it remains closed. Every time that gate opens, sages and scholars talk of a weakening between these layers of reality. What happens when that shatters, when that breaks, when that tears?
That's a lot. I didn't realise that all this was going to be so, esoteric in its nature.
Yes.
So,
First time you used the word correctly.
well, I don't know that. It's
Broken clocks right twice a day.
This is giving me a lot to think about. Suppose I could think about it while I'm looking for my friend Shana. And I can come back to you guys later.
I'll try to remain in touch. I have some means of reaching out, if should it come to that. Yeah. As I said, keep an eye out for anything that references the Gate of Blood or the Sanguine Gate, as well as any disturbances elementally.
I will. Okay.
I can give you a cast nod to each of you. having given them a lot to ponder and vice versa.
Right, we should go back and try and find Shanra with the rest of the group.
Sounds good.
Righty, 1, 2, 3, 4. What are you up to?
Do you know that sword that you gave me the other day? It was a very good sword for you to just pull it out of the wall.
It was there all along. I just happened to know where it was.
Have you thought about becoming a craftsman?
Would you believe that that's actually my trade already?
Oh, I see.
When I'm not running about, causing trouble.
Oh, I did not know that. Do you have a practice?
I dabble in a bit of everything, really. Just bits and pieces. Whatever piques my interest, I suppose.
Have you set up a shop somewhere?
No, not yet. I had a bit of a workshop when I was staying with the dwarves, but since I left then and struck out to go and achieve my goals, I've never really settled anywhere.
Oh, I see. Well, it was very helpful. I mean, it crumbled afterwards, but it was very helpful for the time I had it.
Yes. I apologize for that. I can't manifest something permanent, at least not in such a short amount of time.
That is okay. It felt good to have a familiar weapon in my hand once again.
Well, if you ever need another one, just ask, and there's more often than not one lying around.
I will let you know then. Wonderful.
That one you just pulled out of a wall. Oh, look, this was lying in the wall.
It was.
At one point, you're gonna reach into a child and pull off his leg, and it's a sword.
You just had this. Oh my god, it's all been cake all along.
Just hands a human spine. Spear! Okay, what are you up to?
Very rare genetic sword. So, you use that kind of great sword in your time as like your weapon of choice?
Yes, I did. It was funny when I was a child and they were training me with weapons. They gave me a regular sword, and since I was a child, it looked like a great sword in my hands, and that is what I got used to. So as I grew up, I took a bigger sword with me.
Just means you had experience for most of your life.
Yes, at the orphanage, they trained all of us in some form of combat. I took to it a lot better than some of the others.
And the armor you have, is that also similar to your house uniform?
Well, in that it is the same type of armor, yes. Not exactly the same shape, and I have to be honest, this armor does not feel quite as good on my body, but it is not dissimilar, because, well, frankly, they did not give us the highest quality of armor where I was, so this comes close.
You said it was Naya, right?
Yes.
Interesting. And kind of on the side, if I sort of just cracking doing a very rough sketch of details and notes.
What are you doing?
I'm just unidirectionally curious. So I tend to ask questions of whatever's in my mind right now and write them down.
Oh, I see. Well, it makes one feel good to be asked questions about themselves sometimes, so I'm sure you have made a lot of people very happy.
Never thought about that. It would be good to have. Kind of just do this for myself right now, really.
That is okay. Doing things for yourself and doing things for other people, sometimes those two ideas interact. Have you got notes or pictures from old friends of yours that you have not seen in a while?
I do actually.
Possibly an image that I could look at? If it is not too personal, of course.
Sure, why not? I'll show her like a small sketch of. Out of a sketch of 3 people, I bring out one of Erica Rothgar. It's what did I describe him as? Hang on. I believe it's just a human male. This is someone I used to work with for a while. Being perhaps a year or so.
Work as a what?
It was various businesses, but he, I guess you could call him an advisor to important people. And last I checked, he still was, but the rest of us left the group. Well, left working for those people. And last I heard, things didn't really go well with the business after we left. So I don't know where he is now.
I see. Do you miss him?
Yeah.
That is good. It is good because that means you know what they mean to you. I miss a lot of my squadron. They, well, frankly, I do not know if any of them are alive or not. I was in the library the other day. There were details on the years that I was fighting. It is possible I could have found out if they were alive or dead. But, I decided not to. It seems, if they are all dead, that is something I do not want to know quite yet.
You seem more in control. I wouldn't have thought about that. I just go straight for the information if it was there for me.
Yes, well, if I had the time to look for them, I would be looking at that information right away. But since we are quite busy with other things right now, I think it is best for me not to have it on my mind. But I do miss them, and I think it is healthy for me to say that.
I think it's probably normal to miss caught with.
Anyway, sorry, I did not mean to bring up the past, but you are a very good, do you say drawer in common? Artist.
Yes, artist.
You are a very good artist.
Thank you. It's a skill perhaps the one thing I've kept from my old life.
That is wonderful. Alright, yeah, just lean back against the wall.
The only thing I could do is I'd like to put in a request to an old friend, one that Davio's met, and I will have to. I don't think I wasn't using this computer when I took the notes for them, so I don't remember their original name. He was the chap that outfitted us for our little one shot.
The queue of
the queue of the group. Because Davio's requested that they need some sort of supplies and whatever technological setup they can get. Can I put a request in for him to swing round to the warehouse?
No.
Just to come and see what they can fit.
He's very prompt, and maybe 45 minutes after you send out the request, you see like a knock on the door of the warehouse.
You can see from the other side of the room in a different door. Marcus comes back, looking like they've had a whole 30 minutes sleep. And they're like, don't worry, this one's for me. I'll head over to the door and open it. I check first to see who's out there.
You called Marcus?
Yes, that was us. Ladies and
What
gents,
kind are you for?
please meet my friend.
Name's not important.
Yeah, I always just called him. Well, can't say that out loud. I don't suppose we have the company of the good doctor, do we?
Oh, not at the moment, no.
That makes this very difficult.
Is there something you need help?
This gentleman has helped me outfit a handful of different, I should say, safe spaces, and is an expert at acquiring and retrofitting technology, the sort of stuff that would be rather hard to go and buy directly. I was told by Davio, who is unfortunately not here at the moment, I'll explain that later.
I've heard rumors.
Great.
You know, word gets around.
Basically, you ask for help. I went and sorted it out. I've got a bit of money. I can't promise you all of it, or that it'll be free, but this good gentleman here is generally available for what we need to take care of and research our poor doctor friend's condition downstairs.
Perhaps I can try to force a switch. I've never tried such a thing before.
You can do that?
I do not know. Perhaps it is possible. Give me a second. I do not know how to do it.
Yeah, don't trouble yourself.
Looked like a rather uncomfortable endeavour.
Well, every time it switches, there is a very sharp pain in my brain. So I was trying to force a sharp pain, but
You were trying to induce a migraine. in yourself.
essentially, yes.
Oh, dreadful. Sorry to hear that.
Oh well, it did not work, so it did not hurt too much. Just a little ache. I'm sorry. Normally, if we wait enough time, it will switch on its own. So you could just wait around. I don't know if we have any beverages.
In the meantime, please, you can come meet our other companion, Dr. Lint.
Do you think if a sharp pain in your brain was induced, it could
to see if he can
trigger it?
She works.
Do you want to stab me in the head? Is
Explain
that what you were
it's not
saying?
arcane.
Not physically, but
Oh, you do some sort of a psychic blast or something?
that makes it sound more aggressive than it is. But technically, yes. If you wish for me to try.
Perhaps we could try. I mean, I do not mind as long as we are not. I do not think we are planning to attack anybody today, so it is worth a try.
Make an in-save.
A what?
Make an in-save.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Intelligence
How
save.
funny it would be if they turn into Davio and you mind, like in that time, and then you mind save them and then go back down.
Oh my god.
It's a 13.
Oh, that fails.
Okay, cool. I also probably could have failed it on
Oh, you only get one psychic damage.
one psychic damage. Okay, let us see.
That's a treat.
Ah! I do not think it worked.
I see.
Oh.
I
But that was a very similar pain. It kind of felt how it feels.
MF's mind's bring this character and switch him on and off.
keep that in mind.
I felt it was close, but it did not quite.
It's close.
Well, I had flashes of arcane runes in my memories that sort of came to the forefront. You know when you have just a memory appears out of nowhere that you do not know why. You are listening to someone talk and suddenly you are having a certain idea of something in your head and you go, where did this memory come from? It is sort of like that, except they were not my memories.
I do get that a lot.
Yes.
I don't suppose. Do you know if good old Davio left any of his equipment lying around? Nothing.
I am holding and wearing all of it.
Yeah, I thought so. Nothing brought here.
There's this book that floats everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think I can give that away without causing a fight. It was more about there's a handful of other bits I know that he's used in the past, which would have been rather useful to have, but I presume he's not brought any of it with him.
I
Especially
believe
his
most
workshops.
of his belongings were exploded.
That does make it difficult. While my good friend is here, does anyone else have any supply requests we need to put in? Given that it's probably better that someone else does it rather than us wandering the streets.
I'm pretty sure I need before that.
Yeah, there's lack of children in your eyes.
Thank God. Point stands.
You said that your friend had the capacity to find us a place where we could hide out more permanently and supply us with the resources we needed to.
That will take more time. At this point, it's just supplies.
Okay.
Not exactly
Is it
easy.
too much to ask for a great sword? Not that I did not appreciate your one, but a more permanent one would save you some time before each battle.
Oh, well, it doesn't take long. Again, it's just a matter of seeking something out.
Yes, that is
Weapons are
true.
No, it's just a bit. I can get the weapon easily. It's just
No.
yeah.
I'm sure you're used to dealing with.
Is there a problem?
No, just yeah. Weaponry. I thought I was in for a more technical reason.
Oh, I see.
I was hoping you'd have a chance to talk to the doctor.
I
But
did
the
not
weapon
want to
can be
become.
but the weapon can be supplied.
Okay,
No,
I didn't want to come all this way and then have nothing to do.
No, it's alright. We'll still get some bits. I can commission a few bits. I need, what, at least 2 more packets of cigarettes.
Perhaps a flask. Do scientists they use flasks? Perhaps you get a flask.
A flask.
A,
Yes,
beak,
a flask.
beaker. You could get a beaker as
A
well.
beaker will be arranged. Yes.
Yes.
It sounds good. Take what? Can you get me another 4 rounds? 4 packs of small war rounds, 2 cartons of cigarettes. I suppose we need something to lock this place up if we can. And while you're here, actually, I do have one slightly more interesting commission that I could put on. So now let's go have a walk.
All right.
Nothing else? Yeah. Let's just say, how are you dealing with cursed magical objects? The sort of thing that's...
What have you gotten yourself into?
Yeah, I'm at this point still debating that. It's not easy, of course, not with this lot around, and especially not with the gentleman downstairs.
You're always so terrible at making friends.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly a skill I've practiced. I need something that can contain an item. The sort of thing that would be unpleasant to touch at the best of times. The sort of thing that I fully expect is more powerful than I can handle.
Right.
And doesn't need to be non-detectable, but does need to stop the thing getting out of it.
What are the dimensions of the object?
Small, handheld.
All right. I can look into it.
No hurry. If you can give me an idea of the price, now or later, that'll do. I don't expect it to be cheap, but I'd
Well,
like
if it deals directly with your line of work, your assignment, then it'll be covered. But if it's
indirect.
then kind of like pulls out like a small ledger, looking at least handheld. And how badly do you think this object is a threat? Like, you know, give me a threat rating, 1 to 10.
Possibly contains a small demon.
All right. So let's jot that down as a 6 or a 7.
I'd say at least, yeah.
All right. Looking at least a deposit of 1,500 gold, and then some for the actual construction and delivery. I can expedite the process, which could
More expensive,
Yes.
I'm well aware. That's alright, it's not urgent, but it is something I need to have in the hand.
a small demon.
It's specifics aren't your concern. I'll get you more information once we can sort out pricing. For now, I'll see if I can get the doctor to get back onto you. You know how to contact you. He'll know what he needs.
as the other one said, if I'm happy to wait around a few minutes if things change, but I'm not made of money.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting. I'm
Have this conversation long enough, it might.
no, here's your call out fee, by the way. How much it cost?
10 gold.
Enjoy. How much silver did I spend last night? I can't remember.
Yeah, let's say like 8 or 9.
Are you sure? Huh? You sure? Short. No. Just have to go back to work.
I'm 5 or 7.
So yeah.
Character is actually short. Especially compared to things like people.
How tall is he?
I've always said he's shorter than average. So like 5'6"-ish. He's got a very slight build. So it's like none of the sort of traditional masculine features of like the broad shoulders. I think I've described him as like wiry, like a runner.
Does your height stay the same between characters?
Height stays the same. Always slightly below average.
Gotcha.
Build is always less than muscly and not much mass. Marcus is a mild exception because he's wearing a big blue boiler and like a black overcoat, so he looks all boofy, but it's mostly just like bigger clothing.
Gotcha.
Good to stay consistent. Well, I guess this is fucking wasted. No.
Well, yeah,
Davia, you felt us scribbling on your research.
I felt angry, but did not seem to do anything.
Oh, she's not even here. Just don't want to run to the bus. That's
the
like...
halfling kind of just pulls out like a pocket calculator, starts doing some calculations, and then after about 5 or so minutes, it's off.
I wish there was something I could do.
No, I understand you're in a difficult position, so is the rest of us.
It feels very awkward in this room right now because I know everyone does not want me here, but
Oh, no.
I cannot change the fact that I'm
I'll
here.
tell you what, I'll write down a list for the good doctor when he returns. He can pass that
I'll
up.
look in Davio's book. Perhaps he has notes on this very thing.
You can do that.
I can look in a book.
Dario's book? The magic floaty one that you haven't had to touch for the last minute?
Well, yes, I find it does actually follow around where I want it to do, so I think I have control of it.
Interesting. Can I see it?
Okay, and it just like very carefully shakes, and then as it does, I go. It snaps shut, and I go, "What is going on here? What? Why was I giving you my book?"
I wouldn't know, Doctor. It's the workings of your inner mind. Good timing, by the way. You've just missed your procurement.
What does that mean?
You asked for supplies, technology, the sort of thing you could use to turn this place into somewhere you could do research.
Does he look the same as last time I saw him?
He's had off.
Yeah,
he's
just gone 5 minutes ago.
So it doesn't matter.
I was merely inquiring as to whether or not you might have anything useful written down in that book which would suggest what we could put together for our good colleague who has disappeared.
Everything in that book is in code.
I'll keep that in
You
mind.
would not be able to comprehend it.
Would I be on?
I doubt it. That thing probably doesn't know my code.
That thing's had some very strong words with me while you've been gone, but either way.
Perhaps you deserved them.
Couldn't be. Either way, I'll ask you to put together a list of what you might need. I'll be able to go deliver it, see if I can chase down our good friend.
Very well. Did you at least get some funds?
You don't ask someone that you're paying for money. It doesn't work like that. I'll have to get that another way. My usual means only support myself. I doubt I'll be able to try and take care of 7 of you, especially with the kids.
Very, very well. I will create you some form of list. It seems you brought somebody here expecting that I would be present, knowing my condition. Did you not think it through? Plan it at all?
Let's say I'm a little bit hungover, and I was hoping that maybe you'd be able to appear when...
So I tell you to go out and get resources, and you go out and get alcohol. And inebriate yourself.
Sorry.
That is what you do. Pick up that box you just dropped.
You told me to do this when exactly you ask. You don't tell me to do anything, W. Keep that in mind. And last night, thank you very much, we were just recovering from a wonderful little incident.
Personally, I quite enjoyed the experience.
And I was
That
taking
is wonderful.
care of my new friend in the city. This morning, first thing, having had very much sleep, I set out to try and fulfill your request, and you weren't here to help. So I do apologise.
Do you think I want to not be here?
No, I just don't want to be berated for your problems. Get me your list. I'll get you what I can. I'll see what I can do about money.
Fine.
Oh, and you. Can you make me a new knife? I lost it.
New knife?
Just something simple.
How have you done that?
It was in my boot.
Fair enough.
It's not in
Never take your shoes off when you're out and about. Don't lose things that way.
Yeah, well, big nights enough.
Fair enough.
No hurry. Just, you said you're a craftsman, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Could do with a dagger that doesn't cost another 6 gold.
Standard dagger, okay. Just anything.
Something to cut with. That's all it makes.
I could do it.
Anyway, I'm done. What now, gang? You still off talking to your Crimson Pals?
I don't know if the time that was taken here matches the time that we...
I think it's a similar amount of time as you guys have done your discussion.
I don't think I've got much else to do.
Yeah. As
So,
your,
1500 gold. Something.
We're back. You will kind of like come to the...
Bonjour!
We've returned. Hello, everyone. We've gotten what we've needed.
You found your friends.
Yep. You're not gonna believe what we know. No one here is gonna believe what we know. It is so incredibly big, massive. I don't even know if I can say it.
Can I?
You can say it.
They knew about us already.
So what? Who knew about what?
Our
Sorry.
friends.
Our
Are we being
friends?
tracked down?
No.
I think there's some context I'm lacking. Let's...
So you know how we're part of a prophecy? Well, me and her are part of a prophecy.
I've been told a few times.
So there's 2 other people who are part of a prophecy. Part of a prophecy. That is Devon being
You're
honest.
I know, but it works for your owner as well.
So
A prophecy.
I work with the earth. She works with the air. So someone else who does water, someone who does fire. But what's interesting is that it's not just about us four. It's about us together. You see.
Hold on, is this the same as that band you were trying to get me to?
Yep.
So it's not specifically naming us, it's more like there's some group of people that you think might be related. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Please continue.
What do they know about us?
Or like nothing special, no. Like they don't know your names or nothing. So if you're worried about if they know about the explosion and stuff, they don't. It's all good. Yeah.
And you gave nothing away?
No, of course it will. See, it's not. They don't really. I don't think they care about the explosion and all that.
Did you mention Lint?
Well, not like his natural directly.
We just said that we had like a guest.
So
Also, how do you know about the band?
You asked me to play a triangle.
No, I asked Dr. Chase to play a triangle.
Pretty sure I've heard triangle at least 3 times since I've got here, but maybe that's just the annoying ringing I get in my ears when I wanted to go and zoom out.
I can talk a lot more if you like.
I would appreciate it if you didn't. Still, I'm over.
Well, anyway.
you know, just once in your life, could you just speak to us like we're actual human beings and not like trash?
I don't think he can. That's his character.
You know, because I'm so sorry.
Hey, that's alright.
Why are you apologizing? He's playing the douchebag.
I know. I'm just worried about Stuart.
I'm perfectly fine. I'm just trying to make sure that none of you have inadvertently given away exactly where we are and what's going on.
No,
But you didn't say where we were going.
Well, thank you for that.
Were you followed? Did you check behind you as you walked?
We're pretty good at perceiving.
Pretty much for everyone.
Okay.
so yeah, no. Everyone, you guys seem to make fun of me for being part of the earth and stuff, and I'm gonna actually, why I say that, I'll prove to you guys that I really am one with the earth. And I'm gonna actually cast Jewelcraft. I don't know if I can flavor it a certain way. No, sorry, mold earth. I don't know what I said, but I meant mold earth. What is the floor like?
It's kind of like stone and dirt.
How? I'm going to kind of like, I don't know why I'm remembering Toph, and she kind of like drags her like foot across the ground and then kind of just like stomps, and the earth around her kind of just like shifts and moves. She kind of makes it.
Did she just clean the floor? Wow,
I'm trying to see if I can make it.
that was really good.
She kind of like.
Let's say it's us the trouble.
Yeah.
The place could certainly use it.
She kind of makes the earth kind of. It says difficult terrain, but I'm trying to flavor it as she makes it like into a cool pattern or something. As it kind of raises and divots.
That's a little bit impressive.
See?
Yeah, it's real magic you've got there. You really got that from that thing around your neck?
Mm-hmm.
Almost impressive.
So I don't know if our new friends are ever gonna. I know we're gonna meet our new friends, but they said we gotta keep an eye on something, and maybe you guys can help us.
What?
The Sanguine Gate, or like the Gate of Blood.
What?
Never heard of the Gate of Blood.
Sanguine Gate?
I've never heard of this.
This is something we are looking for?
Allegada, make me a history check.
Potentially. Obviously, we're gonna look for your friend first, aren't we? But gotta keep that in mind.
We also need to listen out to anything that involves our elements specifically, about any incidents that might happen.
There was one of those little twirly-whirly things outside when I came in. With the wind.
That's a cool 17.
Is that how it's
Maybe. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, anytime.
With 17, you would know that those who dissenters of the place that you're from often, when they returned, obviously there was a great physical shift as well as a behavioral re-education, but they specifically, there were horror stories of those who couldn't handle that intense thing that they went through, this intense physical and mental trauma. They devolve into like this vegetative state where they talked nonsense for hours, days, weeks on end, and you specifically remember being not accosted, but assailed, like tackled in the streets of your city by one of these. Drove to insanity, and its eyes were bloodshot, and its physicality trembling, and it just kind of repetitively just spoke of this gate doused in blood.
I do remember something, actually. There was only something spoken of by the utterly deranged. People from the city I'm from, the ones who lose their minds, the raving, the stark mad. Up here, there's people who stand on street corners and cry out that Palor's judgment is coming soon, and they were quite similar to that, really. I never really took it to heart, but I was curious that it's the same sort of motif.
I think that's very interesting that you know about it too. Maybe we're all just interconnected and we don't know it yet. Oops.
I agree.
It's possible, but I hardly see how a brief encounter with the raving lunatic ties me into anything that's going on with all of you and your prophecies.
What's it they call? What's it? The domino effect? The Mandela effect? That's too meta.
Perhaps they. Oh, you go. Sorry.
No, she will take hours to get to her
What's
point.
it called when something small leads to
The
something?
butterfly effect.
Yes, the butterfly effect. Maybe we're all one big butterfly effect together.
Have you tried asking them to record their dreams? Perhaps they're predicting the future too.
If those individuals who speak of this bleeding gate could collect themselves enough to have a coherent conversation, then yes, I would have asked. But as it was, weren't much for it, unfortunately.
Is this derangement common in your place?
It happens sometimes. Again, very rigid rules. There was a few who stepped outside their bounds, and a few are still who were corrected. Even amongst them, the ones who ended up mad. Almost unheard of.
In the entire time that you've been within that city, 100 or so years, there's been maybe 4 individuals that you know of that have gone through that derangement.
The more you speak of your home, the less surprised I am that you are no longer there.
It's quite nice, really. You learn to accept the environment you're born into. It is what it is. This place is idyllic. Uncomfortably so. I'm constantly expecting something horrible to happen at any moment.
Yes, in the right places, horrible things do happen at any moment. Seems still at a very different scale from your home. Yes.
I find comfort in the certainty of atrocities. No guesswork, just certainty, I suppose. It's nice.
Well, as you guys discuss this amongst yourselves in the afternoon, evening-esque time, is there anything else you guys want to do specifically?
There is something I was wondering, specifically with Alagala. Uvalda wasn't there, but would you make it known you're going to make something? Like forge a knife or something for a one-tongue? Or
That would make a big deal of it.
Not a secret.
No, but like, would you mention it in passing, like, oh, I'm gonna make this or something?
I think a general motif going around is that we're a bit strapped for cash. I have skills that I can monetize. I don't know about the rest of you.
I'm going out to work, but as soon as I've had another hour's sleep, I guess I'll take a short rest. Which does nothing.
Because potentially I was wondering if Uvalda could come too. If you're trying to make money off of it.
You did say you were something of a craftsperson also.
That is true, yes.
Maybe we could find work together.
God bless, that'd be fun.
You was me thinking you're an adventurer.
Huh?
Huh?
What did you say to me?
Gosh, shit.
Thank you very much. I got it.
There's nothing wrong with having multiple interests.
No, of course not. It's very respectful.
Wait, did you actually say something?
I would have called out and said, yeah, I thought you were an adventurer. I'm like, that's a joke.
Back in the day, I say when I don't say anything.
In my
I was
day.
like, just back in the day, worked at a forge. Did it twice.
Twice.
Yeah. My family business, my family's business,
Jeez, I should have fired you.
and when I stayed bored with dwarves.
That's more of a Potter's thing. There is your list.
Thank you.
I'll go with the two crafties. And
Do you want to talk to him directly at all?
I see no reason to. If he gets me as much of the stuff on that list as he can.
It's another scientific mind. Thought you like those.
Well, one of the things that I have on there is research from other scientists. If he would like to include his own research, then
I'll let him know he's welcome to, but a lot of it involves unsettling structural foundations or something, I don't know. Bad, strange recipes for horseradish sauce.
There is no such thing as too much information.
I knew too much to process.
Not for me.
That's why you got the doctor. Not me.
Avra, as you, what are you up to at the moment?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'm just sitting there, just like.
I'm going to murder her.
Why?
She's a very irritating sound.
I could play the pan flute if you like, but that's a little bit louder, so.
It would be louder, but possibly more pleasant.
Well, as you're going, you feel this kind of sort of the emotion of distress. Like there's this this overwhelming sense of distress as it as the wind blows past you, coming from a north to south wind. Just kind of gives you the goosebumps for a second as it passes you, and then just
Did you feel that?
Feel what?
The wind?
No, we are in a warehouse. There is not much of a draft in here.
If I were to head outside by myself, would you be angry?
Not any more than usual, I suppose.
Okay, that sounds good to me. I will try and be back soon. If not, you hold on to this one. You've done it before, you did it again.
I know, and I'm sick of people handing me things.
Yeah.
Would you like me to ask first? Can you please mind it?
Go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will head south because it went from north to south, so I guess it's. That's my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thinking.
where are we going?
You went from north to south.
Yeah, can we go to like
You're
a sort of
going towards
like
the south.
craft,
I guess so.
Going to
smithing,
the target, not the source.
magical, like tinkering, whatever place.
I think that's the plan.
Yeah. So the three of you are headed towards some sort of crafting area. And then what are the three of you doing?
I'm
Trying
researching.
to decide if I follow Avra or not.
I have to go work a shift.
Yo!
Duh.
I need money. I keep spending it because people are just like, we need to achieve this. I'm like,
Could I? Could
Well,
I?
of course, we have to work day jobs.
Just, could I basically just do a few hours of work at the shop and would that give me some income?
Yeah.
The shop.
In that case, I think like on my way out, I'll see Avra going and follow her for a bit.
Okay, we'll start with the three of you. You find this kind of not very well maintained, but well enough. Kind of metal working area. It has some of the more basic tools that a metalworking shop would have. Not anything incredibly either expensive or high tech, but it has like enough of a station that you can suddenly make something out of it.
Hello there. We're looking for work. Don't suppose you have any vacancies. There was a magical cataclysm the other day. Have any fatalities?
I suppose that we can have a few on board. The two of you and the kid.
Do you know much in the way of crafting? I haven't seen much of it.
Like whittling, but I would sit in a corner. I think I'm not.
Alright.
This is our adopted son. We're looking after him. I hope that's okay. We couldn't find a babysitter.
He's well behaved.
Quite alright. Just be careful around the forges. Right.
He's halfway clever. He'll be alright.
As long as he's got a good head on those shoulders, I'm sure he'll be fine.
He's smart for his age. Incredibly smart for his age. I give you a thumbs up.
He just lights a club on fire, like.
I suppose yes, we could do with some able-bodied workers. Do you have any pieces that you've made previously that I can have a look at to decide where to put you?
I do, but they're in my vessel.
I've got one pill on.
The hammer that
Yeah,
I
just
have
go
on my
into
hip,
my-
I
oh, you're
present.
Right.
Wait a minute.
They're in the chest that I can only open. Oh, why don't I open it?
You watch Yavoda kind of be like, I'll be right back. And she turns around and I'm going to do the vessel and then pop back out to bring back the daggers.
Yeah, based on what you said, the hammer is probably way beyond anything in the shop.
Yeah. I'll inspect it. This is good stuff. And hands it back to you. All right. Well, we do have an order for about 20 or so short swords. See what you can get to there. I'll come join you once I've tended to the customers that I have.
Not to worry, we know what we're doing.
All right.
Leave it to us.
Well, can I just get the two of you to roll a smithing check?
Yo, what skill is that attached to?
That would be strong.
Can I attach it to my sleight of hand?
It's actually not a bad shout. Especially with short swords, which are nice.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll say you can attach it to the sleight of hand.
I'm kind of leaning into elven smithing.
So,
Which is sleight
are
of
you
hand.
proficient with smith's tools?
I think so. I'm using my phone right now, so I'm gonna find where it is. Yeah, I'm proficient.
That's a
with
16.
tools.
Jesus fucking Christ. 8.
Right about 14.
14. So you're proficient with smith's tools?
Yeah.
So you also add your strength modifier to that.
Alright, so my strength modifier, yeah, 14.
The two of you get to work on this small order of about 20 or so short swords. It takes about 2 or 3 hours to get like a little production line going. But Shopping comes back again like about 2 or 3 hours later and comes and inspects. This is good stuff. Right. You should be able to fulfill this order by maybe tomorrow morning, if going at the rate that your guys are going. This is excellent stuff. He kind of like pulls out a ledger. Let's see. Good craftsmanship. 2 hours of work, fulfilling the order. And did you just want what's split payment amongst the two of you?
Whatever you deem appropriate.
Alright.
A bit strapped for cash, looking for a bit of extra work.
Yes.
Just to get by, you know how it is.
Well, the reason I asked for some evidence of prior work is because there's been a lot of individuals looking for work recently, and not all of them have performed, as it were.
Well, I hope
Solomon
we've
5. Here I am.
surprised you at least pleasantly.
Yes. He kind of like gets out 2 small pouches and hands them one to each of you. That will be 25 gold each.
Yo,
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Rich.
cash
Thank
money.
you very much.
Do I get to whittle down on
Yeah.
the old whittling?
As long as you're like not doing anything too outlandish, he just kind of like lets you
They're,
play
like,
with the
whittling
tools.
in a corner.
Yeah.
And like feeding shavings to the fires.
Okay.
At some point, for no reason, this is gonna be a very like weird and elaborate beginning out. You know, like in Kiki's delivery service, when Kiki's watching the baker and he's like spinning the like things. She's like doing that to like doing something similar to like entertain Jacques for a little bit, even though she knows Jacques doesn't need.
I'm seeing her just like whittling at a piece of wood.
Yeah, and she like spinning a hot like short sword and like, putting in the flame to be like flexing.
I can totally see Jacques turning into a beaver to like more effectively gnaw it.
There he goes.
Back to child. Back to child.
You're really good at
Reverse electric toothbrush.
Yeah.
Alright.
Electric man, regular toothbrush.
At some point, I also want to turn to.
You've heard of the electric chair. Now get ready for the acoustic chair.
At some point, I turn to Alagon and I say, "You're really good at this. We'll build the forge."
It's just a matter of getting enough heat into the metal before you try and shape it. The hotter you get it, the more readily it flows into the form that it wants to be in.
Just because I, Devin, don't know, but if you like talk to Yvelda about this, you suddenly realize that she's a lot more like less aloof and silly as her normal demeanor. She's more controlled, like she knows what she's doing. She uses like technical terms that to you wouldn't think that she'd know, but she does. She becomes a lot more, I guess, like focused and in control when she's in the forge. The only thing is I don't know any forge words, so if that doesn't make sense.
Hammer.
Make him up.
And
Make him up.
donk.
Forge him.
Dink
Yeah.
donk.
You really didn't listen to Solomon 5 at all? Okay. Moving right along. So you're following Avra. Okay. So you're heading southwards?
Because that's where the air.
Yeah.
She got a bad wind.
Sorry.
Where was the warehouse in the first place?
The warehouse is located just outside of the core district, like on the boundary of the core and.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh yeah, going south works pretty well then. So
That's good. I have the printout.
oh yeah, it's from Thea's.
Yeah, but it's good to have it.
Yeah, it's I'm
Physical
from the
maps.
city, so I need.
Yeah. Shit's on my.
Everyone's just kind of like mumbling to herself as she's moving along, just straight, like very like airily talking, as if she is talking to the air.
Yeah, so it's like on the edge of the core and the exchange, I believe. Yeah, that's where the warehouse is located, and so you're just heading southwards from there. As about 5 or so minutes after following this initial instinct, the direction of the wind and that same motion passes over you again, but now it's going from northeast to southwest.
Okay, so I slightly adjust to head.
You follow for another about 10 or so minutes in this direction, and you see this small like park almost with like a
Park?
park.
Park. Okay.
And there's a handful of trees within like a larger one in the center, and you can see just someone about similar height to you, just kind of like beckoning you over.
She was 14.
And then just to
I'm
make
4.
sure, I do like a sequence of steps that I would have shown the air friend to see if they respond with their response of wind steps. And if not, then I'll just stop moving.
You get a similar pattern work, yes.
Okay.
You see this person, also very young, maybe no older than 10, olive brown skin, very curly hair. Seems to have almost like a leotard on. Hello.
Hello.
Mithaeli, who hasn't said anything the whole time, so you've come to meet a friend.
I don't know them, but I asked for help, and someone said help is on the way.
Where the hell did you come from?
Don't tell me that I said that! Oh no!
I'm actually quite impressed.
Sorry.
Also, I was making no attempt to be stealthy, but
Well, would I have known that?
Yeah.
I would say it anyway for theatrics. But I got good perception now, so.
Observant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What are you looking at me for?
I asked for help,
Sure,
and
there'll be more of them.
they said help is on the way, and I guess I just was supposed to wait here, and then you showed up, and you showed up.
I am sort of just here.
Well, yeah, they pointed me in the right direction, so.
Okay.
How can I help?
So I'm part of a traveling circus,
That's exciting.
and well, recently, after the big explosion happened, the ringmaster has been very mean to the circus animals, making them perform for longer, making them do more dangerous tricks to make more money, and well, I tried to set one of them free, and the ringmaster caught me and kicked me out the circus, but I still think that freeing them is the right thing to do. And so I came here, and well, I was mostly just praying to the god that Mama told me to, and they said that help would be on the way. And then you shut up.
Yeah.
And you shut up. I still don't know who you are, and I don't know who you are. But I don't know who you are even more.
Yeah, I don't think they felt what I felt, so. But they're my friends, so that's okay.
Hello.
Hello.
You can call me Avra if you like,
Okay.
because that's my name. Or should I call you by?
1 second. Brain's just like. You can call me Dovo.
D-O-V-O?
Yeah. It's the only word I know how to write.
That's okay.
I'm also absorbing your accent.
That's alright as well. It's a pretty fun sound to make.
So I guess what I'm here to ask is, do you want to help break into a circus and free some animals?
That sounds exciting. What do you think?
It does sound exciting. Are you sure you would be able to get by without your circus?
Well, before I was in the circus, I was a street performer. So I guess I just go back to being a street performer.
People need a lot of joy nowadays anyway, so I think it could work.
Also, I do remember seeing you do a band thing in the middle of the city.
Yeah, we were pretty shocking, weren't we? Well, we tried our best though, so that's all you
But
can really ask.
I don't think that. Well, as someone who's been in the circus for quite some time, as long as you reach the people, that's all that matters. Like even when I miss a trick sometimes, people still cheer and people still go, "Ooh, wow!" I guess the attempt matters more than the delivery.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the music.
Music is good.
You guys performed well,
I have to let them know.
but yeah. Well, the thing is, the ringmaster plays favorites, and he's got all of the strong men and strong women on his side, and some other people who are just not people I can deal with. I was trying to do it sneakily, but now they're under more security, and I don't know. I don't think that they should be kept in captivity like that.
No. Especially if they're not being treated right. Okay. I think we should be able to help. As long as we have a way to access the animals. By that I mean a way to get in and a way to get out.
Well, I was thinking you and your band could come to the circus as watchers, and then when the circus is like closing down and going into its pack up, like closing down for the night, then we could free the animals. But that depends on what you and your team want to do. I guess like we could also like rob the ringmaster. He stinks.
I agree. He doesn't sound like a nice person.
He doesn't pay any of his employees other than the ones that agree with him all the time.
Do need money.
That is true. Okay,
Thoughts?
I like it. I think we should take it. But what do we get in exchange?
Pardon?
What do we get in exchange?
Well, you can keep any money you find there, and I don't really want any of his grubby money. Is that enough? Just taking what he has? I guess like if he's really if you've got any strong friends, what we could do is we could do something really funny. We could like put his like hang him off like a ledge by his collar and just leave him there hanging.
Ooh.
Dangling.
Yeah, that's a good idea, but also we could hurt somebody really badly, and I don't think that'd be
It'll just be
good
a
for his
prank.
family.
Just a prank.
Well, we could do like another type of prank that doesn't involve him hanging off the ledge of a building or something.
Okay.
I'm going behind your house.
What do you have any people in the circus that you'd want to not hurt by us taking down the circus? Because it seems like if we rob
down
from
a circus. This is different to freeing some animals.
if we rob the ringmaster and set the animals free, your circus might go into liquidation, which means that. Hey, why are you laughing at me? I'm trying to keep it to character. So that means then that
We're an economist.
That's what sent me. Just the sudden mention of liquidation out of nowhere.
that means
Fiscally stable.
that
Hey
means
girl,
that
tell me about the insurance of your circus.
She's not part of the IRA. She's part of the IRA.
What was the stockholders
You know, when I said that I wanted this campaign to be a bit more grounded, I didn't literally mean I wanted you guys to think about the fucking economic things of it. Hey,
someone's gonna
sometimes-
do it.
Sometimes people are part of the IRA and the IRS.
as I said, RAA.
But for like the
IRA.
strong people that are like working with the ringmaster, that's fine. Like they can do whatever, and who cares about them?
I feel like if anyone is kind of chill and stuff, we could start our own little group.
That'd be fun.
I know the
Usurp the circus.
I know the
It's a
contortionist
coup.
lady. She's pretty nice. She's always been nice to me. So I guess she'd make a good partner for an act.
Okay,
I do trapeze stuff.
that's fun. That's pretty cool, actually. Okay, so we'll make sure that they're fine, and we'll
what I
steal
can
from the
do.
ringmaster everything he's got. And don't laugh at me.
It's
There's a
not.
little beef.
And we make sure all the animals get set free and get taken, not taken, but like they're able to go to a place that's not going to make any more harm, because it seems like the law enforcement's are bad people around here. Or like some of them are. They're a little bit scary.
Oh,
So-
set the elephant free. Go be free.
So they just have to keep that in mind too. So in payment, taking everything that he's got is going to be fine. And maybe just a performance once we're done.
Okay.
Oh my
Deal?
guy burned down one building. These guys are like they're gonna collapse the circus, rob the guy. You're gonna
I
extort
go
this
get
child
my
who's
book.
praying for help.
But she says it in a nice way.
Oh, I can do that. Fine. Not as Marcus. Marcus
I
is
was
a
gonna say.
dickhead.
You're part of this marketing.
This is our second campaign, and you're going to bring us to a circus. You're creating a turnabout big top, you know that.
What?
It's going to be the
No.
worst part of our campaign.
What?
No, it's not.
What's gonna be the
Not
worst part of
this
our
time around, okay?
The infamously worst case in the Ace Attorney series
No,
is,
don't put that into the atmosphere.
is a circus case, and that's in the second game, and this is the second campaign.
No.
So this
it's
might be the
not,
worst
no,
part of the
no.
campaign, is what I'm saying.
Please
We went to a circus last campaign. That was great. This dude killed his brother.
That one's a fucking circus.
What was it then,
That
huh?
was theatre.
That was theatre.
Thing
Theater.
full of freaking nut jobs and probably imprisoned animals and definitely that one gnome artificer.
Yeah, we let from memory, we let a guy who like killed his brother just go. Just hope for the best.
Yeah, I hit him.
Not
with,
only that.
I hit the
No,
kid
no,
with a
no.
hammer.
It's so much
first.
more convoluted than that. You guys let the killer go, and Tywin also like stole his warlock patron, and basically agreed to be a vessel of vengeance.
Look, we're not cops.
We're not cops. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you bashed him in the head with a hammer.
No, I bashed him in the head with a hammer before we stole his warlock.
Yeah,
I'm
but
happy
that
with the
was...
conditions.
And then people
so
were like,
far.
"Oh, don't hit the child." I'm like,
You
"So where
want
does the
more?
demon go from, huh?"
No, I don't want more. I'm just trying to
about
think
this
of how
campaign?
we
Just
do
like
it.
in
I
the
think I have
Give me a good
some
reason to,
kind
I will.
of plan in the works, and it
One right in
would
front of me, I
require
mean-
the help
Maybe our characters can be
of
friends
Jax.
like conspire.
Though
to bash
probably
kids in
the
head.
rest of us.
You
We
like
also need a
kids.
way to
Yeah,
keep
but maybe there's one.
Maybe there's one.
our faces hidden. We've been showing up a bit more often than I prefer to.
Lots of the performers wear masks. You could put masks on.
Masquerade
cool.
surface robbery.
The circus, Robin.
You
The
have to wear a
circus.
luchador
Now that
mask.
Playing
I
Payday
can
2.
become his
Do you reckon you
incineroar.
should like wear
Stop.
costumes and stuff?
Stop.
Yes!
then it will make it seem like the circus overthrew its own leader.
Like a performance? Like where like an act? Have the people believe that it is a part of the circus, but it's not?
Well,
Would be difficult.
the some of some of the people aren't performing, they act as like security around the place. So you could just like, and the ringmaster doesn't really know any of our things.
We could be security.
Good.
But I think it would require more than just the three of us.
It's okay. We got lots of friends that can help.
Well, okay.
Okay. Well, we have to find a person and more information. Let's say we did the next time that you perform.
Well, I'm not part of the circus anymore, but they've been doing nightly performances.
Okay.
So
2 nights then? Do you reckon we'll be able to get masks and stuff in tomorrow? And then prepare everything for the next day, night time?
Could I find a connection through my background that could help us with disguises?
Sure.
Oh, there's my inspiration. Found it. Hang on. Put it in a safe place.
I think we can do 2 nights.
What did you use it for?
Stealth. The very first roll of the game.
That's because of a good stealth roll.
I did not have a good stealth roll.
That's why you have inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whenever you're ready, maybe around like just in the afternoon, we can meet here again, and then I can take you to the circus area. If the plan changes, just tell me then. But I appreciate your help, and as I said, I don't want anything to do with that man, but I don't want him to keep hurting and overworking the animals.
Don't worry, we'll help.
We'll talk it through with the team. I think the team. Why am I calling it a team now?
Because we are a team. I'm glad that you think so as well.
It's the lot of you have been calling it a team already. It's gotten into me. I think Ali would be in. He likes fun things.
I think it'll be exciting.
We'd need to convince Davio.
He'll be fine.
He'll stick along as we're in. How do we... The simple threat of the entire circus plus us to the ringmaster should be enough, but how do we prevent him from, I don't know, seeking legal help after his his ownership has been robbed?
Well, we put him in his place.
I love how you're taking the word of some 12-year-old that prayed to you over, like, yep, this guy's bad, therefore we have to do all this.
He's 10, actually.
Wouldn't know that.
I think I have a way. Just trust me on it.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to the group tomorrow, or perhaps you can do that now. I will be on my way to my own home.
Okay.
By the way, when you were doing that singing thing, the air around you is orange, very faintly. It's kind of cool.
I wonder if it's to match my hair.
Maybe it's your hair being swept.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Well, they like to like flatten my hair out a lot and make it look nice, but like that's just not how the way it goes, right?
Maybe have you been conditioning maybe the wind's simply making you lose hair? I've never seen people make other things a different color.
I shouldn't be losing any leaves at the moment, considering like the season and all. Technically, I don't know what my hair looks like in other seasons. I've only ever been this one.
You haven't.
Well, isn't that what like all of my kind of do? They're like all different seasons, right? Have you seen any of us before?
I have. Out of character question. Do they change with the seasons, or is it just
not even with the seasons? They can change.
They can change.
Their emotional state can affect what their emotional state, their mental state
yeah.
can affect what season they present as.
They get mad and
question.
set on fire.
Yavelna and I working into the night to get the job done, or are we heading home and like?
Well, he kind of
probably
like
showing up at some point. Yeah.
He kind of
like, are we back the next day?
If you want to be, he happily invites you, but he does say like that you've got enough of the order done that he can finish it off like into the night. Yeah, like, he's happy with your work and that he can close out the rest of the order by the morning. So. Up to you as to whether you head back or not, of course. Yeah, he does close up shop for the night.
Kind of make a cheeky thing on the forge before we go home.
Alright, I will see you tomorrow when we discuss how to run the circus.
Alright. Good night, Dovo.
Quite.
Okay.
On the way back from the forge.
Can I show?
I'll try and make a dagger for.
Yeah, you try to make the dagger, and you.
I want to make something not like a weapon or anything, just like a little cute decoration.
Okay. You make like a little Christmas ornament.
I was trying to think of what I'm trying to make, but I can't think of anything at the moment.
Yeah, the dagger's easy enough to make. It's just a mundane dagger. And then you would do that.
On the way back from the forge, can I have Ale look over the work on the hill? Ali, is this?
You've been busy.
Yes, I'll pull out the obsidian shard as well. I was thinking of like turning this into a knife of sorts.
Oh yes.
What like I didn't really have much experience with it, but
You're looking for the obsidian part to be your blade?
yes.
Or do you want the obsidian part to be whole, or is it okay to chip some?
What's already chipped into like a shaft?
Oh, so there's places where you can like hook a rope around and like lash it to a hilt?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And it's like it's essentially just like a shard of obsidian that it has already like a blade on, like an.
It's already been
blade edge.
carved like to be a blade.
Kind of, yeah.
You got a pointy end and like a tie it to a
Yeah.
hilt end.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It looks very nice. Can't say I've done much work with stone though. Little, but
I don't really like metal. It doesn't really like sit well with me.
fair enough. Personally, I like working with it because it conveys sound better than most other materials.
Yes, I have no issue with that. But using it, I just don't think. I don't think I can channel the things I want to channel as well. With.
I won't hold against you. We're all a bit different, aren't we? It's very nice. I very much like what you're doing with it. If you need any help, don't be afraid to ask.
Yes.
But it looks like you have it handled, more or less.
How far off being done?
We'll say you're about halfway done.
Cool.
Yeah. Halfway done to making just like a just the mundane variant of what you're trying to build.
Yeah.
You've got like the obsidian carved into the right shape roughly. Some balancing might need to be done later, and you've got the hilt. Yeah, so you're about halfway done on the project.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Well, in which case, the three of you return from the forge to the warehouse.
I assume that meetings happened and everyone else has
You're
gone to
headed to
bed.
your shop.
Yeah, whatever time I have left for the day, I'll see if I can get some income.
Just rolling a d20 and add your charisma modifier and proficiency.
That is 19.
19?
Yeah.
Okay. And then also roll me just a... This would be... just roll me a d10.
Okay. It's a 9.
Yeah. You make about 45 gold worth of income over the night. The charisma check both being your ability to sell stuff to prospective customers, and also just like you expressing your what?
Actually, can I also make a dagger? But this one is completely impractical and can't be used in combat.
Yeah, sure, done. Yeah,
Sorry, I cut in, but I'm like, I have an idea.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you make about 45 gold worth of income off the night.
Avra, I've been looking everywhere for you. I found your little thing.
Yeah, I gave it to you to look after.
Oh, I see. I guess I should assume that from now on, huh?
That's okay.
Well,
It
that
just
is very
means that it's in
nice.
safe hands.
Oh, is it? Oh, that is good. Is Davio good at keeping these things safe?
Yeah, you both are.
Oh, that is good. I tend to not know exactly why it is in my hands, and so I worry I will do the wrong thing with something that somebody hands me one day.
That's okay. I think it should be fine for now. At least if it's that one.
Yeah?
Mm.
Do you
Or
have
this one, but like that one.
Do you have like spares of these? How did you get this? Did you make it? Did
Kind
you?
of. Well, this one was a gift from my parents, and then somehow I also came about with that one.
Somehow.
I can't tell you when, but the air says that it's good, and I feel that it's good to give to people. So,
Like a lucky charm.
I believe it.
Very nice.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes, of course.
Are you able to communicate with Darvio in the brain?
I have only ever spoken to him through letters that we have left to one another. He leaves them more for me than I do to him. I don't exactly know what to say to him, but he has a lot of things to say to me.
So it's only like one person is active in the brain at all times? Or
I believe so. When I am not in control, I can't really do anything. I'm not perceiving things properly.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know.
I wish I could. You all speak so much of this Davio, and I share so much with him. It feels only fair that I should be able to speak to him, but I cannot think of a way that I could do that.
Maybe it's just because you're not of the same mind yet.
Perhaps over time we will understand this more, and eventually maybe we can speak to one another.
Hopefully. How do you feel about robbing a circus?
Robbing is circus.
Not just like that's not our main priority, but it's kind of like the way we would get our payment, because we're going to help animals escape the circus because they're being treated bad.
Oh, I see. Well, it is a complicated question. It is good to help out the animals that are in pain. It is also true that we need funds. And
the person to be taking it from is like a really bad person.
It sounds as if this is not a hypothetical. This is something that is truly happening.
Yeah, in like 2 days or whatever.
I see. Well,
I'm not asking, I'm telling you.
We're robbing a circus. How do you feel about it?
I do not see too much of a problem with it. I suppose if it is as you say, a bad ringleader and animals in danger. I suppose we would be doing some good with that, and also be furthering our own goals. Sounds very intelligent to me.
I think so as well. Nathali also knows about it because Nathali was following me all the way to the person. It was a kid. The kid used to work in the circus, but then he got kicked out for trying to save the animals.
So they also have child labor to add to their sins?
Yes. What's that?
It is when you have children be working for you, because you are not really supposed to be hiring children.
I'm not gonna look into that any further. Anyway.
We definitely don't do that because we don't pay the kids.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they are just our friends. We're doing the same things that we are.
Also, you didn't hire us; we hired you.
Yeah. So, yeah, it just seems like a pretty bad circus. And then after the stuff happened, the ringmaster got angry, and then he has some friends as well that he works with. So they kind of are trying to protect the animals, which is. Not protecting them, but more so making sure they can't escape, which is really mean, I think. So, once everybody else... Wait, did I arrive back after everybody else was there?
These three would have arrived before you would have.
Okay, well, this is now an open conversation, because we're going to be helping some animals from the circus in 2 days' time. And also, politely, respectfully taking our payment from the ringmaster by taking everything he owns and putting the circus into liquidation.
Sounds fine to me. Sounds fine to me.
What does liquidation mean?
It means that from what I understand from the Pa, he told me that liquidation means that a company or some form of workplace no longer has the money to be able to fulfill their obligations as said company, and so they kind of go into liquidation, and they just don't really exist anymore. That's how
Okay.
I understand it anyway.
I thought the the circus would become like a smoothie upon zigging around.
That would be maybe a little bit more nutritious, but like that's not how. I don't think that's how it
Immediately makes
works.
them bankrupt 10 times into a family.
Like put it in like a blender. I don't think we'd have a big enough blender for a circus.
I learned so much when I'm in this group.
It's pretty fascinating, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm all for robbing the circus.
How does everyone else feel?
It sounds sort of like the hit and run things I did with my people.
So, do you like them or?
Charge in, kill anything that moves, steal anything that isn't nailed down, and get out of there before the crawlers and bled start
But
riding.
also protect the animals. We
And
need
there
the
will be a
animals
lot of
to separate.
animals moving. We should probably not be killing them.
Maybe not everything that moves. Most moving things.
It would probably be best to minimize killing. I imagine the people who are there are just there to see a circus. I've been to things in the past that.
Wait, are
I
we
did not
going in
realize.
during a program?
So we're going to watch the program, and then after the program's done, we'll perform an extra special performance by releasing the animals and taking everything that they've got.
Oh, I so hope I am controlling this body when this happens. This sounds exciting.
I don't know if this is helpful, but I can both speak with animals and also form a bond with an animal.
Oh, so you can find out if the animals what they want to do as well.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Oh, same. I could just have a natural knack of talking animals. I just know what they say. I speak animal.
Perhaps we recruit the animals to our side if they want to join us.
That
We have
sounds
an
great.
army of animals.
That would be kind of.
This is a better plan than last time, I think.
It is a plan, at least.
Yeah.
Perhaps
was
we
the
have
plan last time?
perhaps we have 20 lions following us around the city.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that sounds kind of sick. Let's do that. Wormtongue
I
is
can
seething.
ride the
I'm not
panda.
here, I'm working with you.
I know.
Wormtongue's gonna be so pissed off when he comes
He's gonna
back.
come back and go,
He's gonna
what
shit his
the
pants.
fuck?
He's gonna be like, "Is this your voter's doing? So you want us behind this?"
I'd be like, right, which one of you three? You know that Harry Potter thing of like, why is it when there's trouble, it's
Why is it
always
always
you
you
three?
three?
It's just
Yes.
glaring at your voter. and
Oh yeah,
pointing it
I like that
Nathaniel,
I'm playing the straight shot half the
are
time
you?
as well.
Yeah,
I'm dealing with the plan.
That's fair enough.
yeah, Nathalie was with me, so Nathalie agrees to the plan as well. And
I'm not here.
Nathalie,
Nathalie's
Making
also
themselves
walking your
as
shit.
handsome as
Nathalie-
possible.
Nathalie and I are going to go look for costumes and masks tomorrow, so then we can blend in. Because apparently they all wear masks at the circus.
Even the audience.
This is not
Maybe.
part of my plan.
Do they not give them out on the way in?
I don't think so, but I've never been to a circus before.
I can't
circus
say I have
outfit.
either.
It's a first for everyone, maybe. But maybe if we're really prepared and ready, they'll be like, wow, they're very keen for the circus. Let's put on a great show. And then we charge in and we're like, attack! Or something like that. And then,
I don't know why, but I'm just imagining
so,
attacking with
yes.
sick and 20 lines into the audience.
Attack! Throwing grenades into the audience.
You can do it, guys.
Polymorph into Neovara and start throwing grenades into the audience. Go!
but I think that'll be a good time. And a good team experience as well. And then we also get paid for it. So
Yes, Davio also wanted a lot of money. This is a great way to get money.
I think so.
Oh, is Dario gonna be okay with this? I feel like
Well,
he's...
I'll
Is
ask,
your Velda gonna
I'll-
be
This is a
okay
great way
with
to
it?
get
course he
money.
is.
We rob
I'll
Stealing?
ask,
Oh, but he's abusing the animals and he's
Oh,
most
that's
likely
true.
also exploiting his
No.
workers.
I'll ask
Fuck
Davio.
that guy.
Are we killing him as well?
I'll just tell Davio tomorrow because really,
Murder and
I've
inheritance.
already made the deal that we're going
I'm
to
just
do it
getting
anyway,
animals out.
so he can't really say no.
Well, surely
That's all I'm
Davio
doing.
wants money, and he
I'm
seems
not
to have a
dealing with
warped
this.
sense of morals anyway. I do not see why he would have a problem with it.
That's sick.
I think we're gonna be okay.
I don't know. Anyone who's like abusing the animals, probably exploiting his workers, probably like harassing people. It's not worth having his
It's not
stuff.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm glad I informed everybody, except for Marcus Dr. Chase.
Makis Miller.
But
He's got. Oh,
he's a bit suspicious. But I'll look into it later anyways.
oh, he's gonna be so mad. He's gonna be so angry.
It's gonna be great.
Well, he often
Womp
is.
womp,
Does
as you
Marcus
say.
Miller, a lot of the
Womp
descriptions of Davio and the descriptions of Marcus Miller, they tend to cross over one another, both being described as like cold and rude. Does Marcus Miller, because I have not met Davio, I try to imagine how he is like. Do they act similar to one another?
To me, not particularly.
Okay.
I think Dario's a little bit, if he had some friends, he'd be a lot nicer. But Marcus Miller's a bit mean, even though everyone, he's just rude.
The
He's
main
always
difference between the two is that Marcus Miller directs his hatred outwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. What does Davio do?
The other way. It's inward hatred.
Oh.
No, he told me that he would kill me earlier, but that was after you left.
Oh my goodness.
But it was okay.
That is not very nice.
Wait, who said that?
It was just because I was going like this.
Simply that? But that is so charming.
But I guess if you're trying to work really hard and on your studies and stuff, it could be a bit annoying. But I don't want to
He
be
could
loud.
still ask nicely. You do not have to let him treat you that way.
I didn't.
Oh, good.
I then was like, I'm heading out. And then he was like, okay. And then I left.
I mean, that certainly sounds like a projection of internal hatred.
Maybe. It's okay. I'll make sure that it'll turn into outward hatred soon.
What? I don't think I want that. I don't think I like that very much at all. To Marcus Miller's goodness.
Don't hate yourself. There are so many other people who are more deserving.
So yeah. Team meeting dismissed.
That is fun.
Meeting
We should do
finished
that
at
at the end of each
10:42
team meeting.
p.m.
Everyone claps
Can I
simultaneously.
overnight
That'd be fun.
work with Ale on the hill? Just to get like tips on how wood grain works and stuff.
You need sleep? You need a big sleep?
No.
No?
We're both trances. We're both elves.
I thought you were like wacky, like custom lineage.
No.
No?
I'm just a wood elf.
Okay.
I would
What?
like to do something with Darby and whoever is up.
Who are?
I'd be like,
Yeah, can we spend 4 hours of the long rest just working on...
excuse me,
Yes.
I have a gift for you and Davio. And I pull out the ornate dagger, and it's very pretty and elaborately made, but it is very clearly impractical. Like, if you use this, it's gonna be shit. And I hand it over, and yeah, wanted to give it to you guys.
Oh, thank you very much. This is homemade.
Yeah, it's not, like, made for fighting and stuff. I just wanted something, I don't know what you guys like, but I wanted to give you something special because, I want you and I want Dario to feel like you have a friend. And I feel like if I made something from the forge, so made, you'd know Dario's got a friend, and so do you.
That is very kind.
And on the blade, it's got something written in Orc. Can you or Dario read Orcish?
Don't think so. Let me just double check. I can read 5 languages. I'm just trying to see.
Javia's first thing in the morning is going to be comprehend language. What does this say?
What do you say? Orcish? No.
It's just got something written in Orcish on the both sides of the blade.
Is this your handwriting?
Yeah, that's me natural handwriting. That's just John Laz's names. One side says Dario and the other side says Avion.
That is so creative. That is gorgeous. And it feels very good to get a gift from a friend. It's been a long time since I've gotten something like that.
Can't make anything super flash in terms of weaponry at the moment, but it's like a little ornament for you and Dario. So make sure he doesn't use it as a actual weapon, because it might break or it might hurt him.
Oh, he does not seem like the dagger type, but I will leave a note for him and tell him that he left this for you, and I'm sure he will appreciate it.
I might make something special for each and every one in a bit, at some point.
You should. Let me know if you need any help.
Thank you so much, Avion. And then I'll leave.
Alright. Well, with plenty of interesting plans and people working their 9 to 5s or however long to whatever time, we'll end the session there with a potential Circus heist.
Potential, definite.
Circus.
Woo!
Circus heist.
I just
Circus.
So anyway, Stuart.
Yeah.
You're giving a
You're
board
giving a board
slash
slash video
video
game
game recommendation.
I wasn't briefed about that, unfortunately. Sorry, so I can't.
Oh well. Come up with one.
So we can't recommend re-releases of board games, right?
If it's on the list, you can't recommend it.
If it's on the list under a different title.
That's probably fine
That's
if it's a different
probably
title.
fine.
How different of a title though is what I want to understand.
You can't be like
So what if I said I'd recently just got a 10th edition collector's edition of a game, which I might have recommended once a long time ago.
I think I know which game you're talking about. It
I
is
know
on
it's
the
I know
list.
it's on the list. That's why I'm asking.
so then no. If you know it's on the list,
I
then-
know the old one's on the list.
Go on.
You said Ravens watched last week.
Haha.
Fuck you. I haven't played any games recently, be it bits and bobs. I'm going to recommend. What's it called? It starts with a B. It's that card game. It's yellow.
Balatro? No.
Beans of Vaganza.
Bean Bonanza. Bean.
I
Bonanza.
know Devon. I'm pretty sure
Bean?
Devon has said.
It's beans. You can probably tell me.
Bonanza.
What?
Bonanza's the bean farming.
Bonanza's the bean farming game.
Is that what it was? It was
Yeah, I went
actually
to
Bonanza?
Tasmania. We went to Tasmania and played with my brothers. Okay, hold on.
Go on to your mind palace.
I've said mastermind, I'm pretty sure. So that's not going to work as
I
well.
think he has, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're having to clutch the straws this
Yes,
hard, is it really a
mastermind.
recommendation?
No, funny that. That's why I was told 2 minutes ago.
You're gonna have to recommend a game you don't like.
Yeah.
Maybe don't recommend a game. Is there a bad game you
I
played?
Yeah.
Give it anti-recommendation.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Don't play.
Denounce a game.
Do not play this game.
But we've also
That
done
would be the
Overwatch, so-
only instance of us doing it, because I don't want to bring that sort of negativity to this stream. At the end, we're just shitting on something at the end of each stream.
I don't think it's been said then, but this is a good one. That a friend of mine started playing Cities Skylines 2.
I don't think it's been recommended.
Christ. So basically, it's the big city builder sim nonsense. And this is a friend from work who has like a full 9-to-5 job, and I have no idea how this guy functions day to day with the way that I saw him build roads. Like we would sit there on a Discord call after work as he streamed it. And I'd be like, oh, if you do this, you can do this, because I watched like 2 videos of it. And meanwhile, he would make a roundabout that only goes one direction, which sounds like it's fine, but trust me, it's not. It was a nice big game. It was the sort of thing that was very peaceful to watch and play, and cute simulation side of things. So.
Peaceful to watch.
Yeah, I remember when I played
play.
when I played the first City Skyline, it was such a relaxing game up until there was traffic, and then as soon as there's traffic in my city, it was the most stressful game I've ever played in my life. I was like, shit, what do I fucking do? And I'm trying to fix everything, and then the town's falling apart and there's fire everywhere. I'm like, fuck.
I had a great
All from
time
traffic.
laughing at someone else's attempts at
Yeah.
it. So, cute thing.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for episode 6 of Dance Dance Revolution.
Lawrence.
Make sure to follow us on Twitch and subscribe to our YouTube channel to know when we're streaming. You can also follow us on our social media, which is Dice Rev DND. It's at the bottom of the screen right now. You can see all the different social media that we're on. But otherwise, just join us next time, and we'll see you then. Goodbye.
Not gonna wave to the right.